My goodness, hello. Ah. Hey there. Hello, everyone. So this is gonna be weird for me, right? Because I'm recording right now for episode 7 of the series, but also I'm streaming, and I've never like really done both at once. I kind of did a few days ago, but it was brief. I don't really know how this is gonna flow. Hello there. Welcome everyone. So the thing with me is my I'm tired and my knees hurt. It's not a good combo, but I complain about that a lot, so I think everyone's probably about used to it. Alright, well, I'm going to kick this off with the important stuff. I would like to note that I do not have a second monitor. So, if I want to check chat, I have to actually Alt-Tab to do so. So that's why I might be slow with that. And it's also why I might be sitting still at strange times doing nothing at all. So, hope that's acceptable. But yeah, I'm going to wait a second, see if more people join before I get started, because I don't want to explain everything 100 times in the first couple of minutes. So I'm just going to try to get it going at once. You know what I'm saying? Makes more sense that way to me. Ah. Definitely let me know if it's lagging. Haven't streamed a little bit. I just want to make sure that, because I did different settings, I want to make sure it's actually working. So if it is lagging, that would be useful information, I suppose. Alright, well, I was going to wait longer, but I'm not patient enough, and also this is just getting awkward, isn't it, me sitting here? Basically, what I'm doing is, I'm going to be building another mega structure in this one, right? Because it's about time, realistically. I've only done 2 of them, but I was so bad at understanding what's going on with the DLC that that's kind of all I've done, and I didn't really like the first one, confused me for so long. I've been avoiding it, been procrastinating it, but it's a very important thing to do, so I'm going to pretty much see if I can figure out what the next step would be, logically, in terms of doing the next mega structure. Then I'm going to try to do it, and hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's not one that's going to take me 700 years to build, but sometimes it's how it is in life, you know? How was work? Work was fine, you know? Not too bad, really. Hate to go that much in detail, yeah, but, I mean, hey, that's just how it is. Not much to say, just a normal day, I suppose. Alright. Just found this gem of a channel. Keep it up, my man. Thank you, thank you. I'll try to keep it up, but, I've been known to just not do that, is my thing, so, we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Okay, so, you're gonna forgive me? I don't really know how the quests work with regard to the, to, like, telling you which mega structure you should do next. So maybe it doesn't really. Okay, but it seems like it does. Alright, so the biodome was the one I was wanting to do next, because I do know that I was wanting a bunch of plant seeds for the museum mega structure, which is over there. And if we're going to get a bunch of seeds, we're going to want to use the biodome, because automating plants manually otherwise, that's not the best thing ever. It's actually the worst thing ever is what it is. So if we're going to want to automate growing plants, I've been told by those in the comments that the biodome is going to be the way to do that. So I suppose it'd be appropriate to go ahead and do that. I have to print the biodome stage 1 package. The thing is, I don't really know how to do that. Don't really remember how the whole megastructure flow is. I've already built 2 megastructures, but it doesn't mean I remember how they work. It's not what that means. Huh. Heckin' love your content, man. Keep it going. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll try to keep it going. I will. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a good shot. Alright, well, my hope was that I was going to find it here, but it doesn't seem like that's where that's done. Because it says to print it, so well, I think it is these things. See, I'm just like, I'm one of those slow people, so it's going to take me 700 years to figure out anything. But, okay, yeah. Biodome. It actually says it right on it what it is, and so that's actually the best way to tell what something is in this game is by reading it all. It's just that I don't read it all. That's an unfortunate thing. So I do that, then I call it down with this, I think. I think that's how it works, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. Lag spike. Maybe not. Okay, that is how it works. See, it took a while. Got me stressed. And I'm already stressed. I don't need any more stress. I'm running out of ideas with where to put these things, so I'm going to take this one on the other side of my base, and maybe not too far away, so that it's kind of close, because I don't want to keep walking any further out than I already have to. That's just not my cup of tea, so to speak. You're the best Astroneer YouTuber. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I agree that I'm the best. I hate to be that way, but that's just the way it is. I wouldn't lie about it. Oh, man. This looks like maybe a good spot, but it's all conjecture at this point. I don't really know what I'm doing. I gotta hit the safety button, I believe, then the green button, and then it starts working. If I'm not in its range, preventing it from doing so. Then this is where things get scary, because it pops up the platform that tells us what we need to craft it, and that's never good news. It's always really bad news. In fact, it's going to be expensive. That's the way life is all the time. So, 250 resin, 150 organic, 30 steel, 40 glass, 100 ammonium. So, I already can see what the main villain's going to be, right? 250 resin's no big deal. 150 organic's no big deal. 30 steel, not really a big deal. 40 glass, not a big deal at all. 100 ammonium, that could be a nuisance. There are many reasons why that could be a nuisance. But it's not going to be too bad, because I do have a ton of scrap from where I recorded the last video. Maybe put it close to the museum. Ooh, well, I read that after I placed it, so that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. That's what happens when you don't have a second monitor in this life and you're trying to read the chat, but that's okay, maybe. I mean, technically it probably would have been ideal to have it closer. Well, gotta go with what we got. Hello there. Alright. So, what you're seeing right now is me zoning out and forgetting what I was actually doing. Let me get another look at the resource list, because every time I don't, I end up regretting it, because I miscount everything. I'm probably going to get the steel with the trade platform, because I don't want to go after iron manually. It might be a little irresponsible to do that, but probably not, because I can get soil really quick, which I can just turn into scrap. So that's probably why I'm going to do it. So yeah, I'm going to get the resin with the soil centrifuge. I'm going to get the glass with the soil centrifuge. I'm going to get all the iron I need for the steel with the trade platform, as well as all the ammonium with the trade platform. And I should already have enough scrap for all that, because of all the scrap that I gathered in the last one. And so, all that would be left then is the organic, which obviously can be gotten with the tapper. I just need to set up something to do that for me so that I don't have to, because that's a lot to gather by hand. It sure is. So, I'm going to get a large resource canister to do it for me. That is exactly what I'm going to do. Don't know how much scrap I have in this one, but I have way more scrap in the one on Aatrox, so that might be the one that I need to use. Have you tried playing Don't Starve Together? I've not. I don't really know what that's about either, because I don't know much about anything in this world. That's my life. What's our end goal of today's video? I'm just going to try to get the biodome built, and obviously if I have time, it would be ideal to fool with it a good bit. But in this life, sometimes I don't have time because I suck so much at the game. But if I don't suck so much at the game, perhaps I will have time. See what I'm saying? That is the way of the world. So yeah, I'm just trying to plan out here what I'm going to get and in what order. Because I am going to need more soil, no matter how this goes out. So, yeah, I just got to sit here and think, which is awkward for everybody, isn't it? That's awkward for every single person. For anyone just now joining, though, yeah, I am trying to build the biodome. I didn't know what I was going to build at first. But, do want to build that because I want automatic seeds, which I am told that's what it does. All I know is what I'm told because I haven't researched this myself at all. I'm told I can get automatic seeds with the biodome, which is necessary for the museum thing, and the reason that's necessary is I don't know why. Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. It is. It's what everyone loves to hear, is that I don't know what's going on at all. But that's how it usually is, so I suppose we're all used to it at this point. Alright. I'm going to get more soil. There's no way around it. I didn't want to have to do so, but you don't always get what you want. And, I usually don't. So, for the record, anyone who does not know, all of my soil gathering is done on Aatrox because I don't want to destroy the home planet with the rover drill, which is quite easy to do. It's easy to do a whole lot of damage to a planet with the rover drill because of just how much soil it can gather. So, I decided to select the planet that deserves to be destroyed, just in case that does occur. And so, Aatrox, of course. I mean, what other planet? It's the only planet in the game that deserves to be destroyed, and we are going to put it to good use as such for gathering our soil. But yeah, I have a bunch of empty soil canisters here, the large ones that is, because I used them all in the last video. But what I mostly used them on was getting a bunch of scraps, so for that reason, things are technically nice. But I'm going to take that scrap back to the home planet base so that we can get all the ammonium we need and all of that fun stuff. And it is very fun stuff. It's the most fun stuff. But I do fear that we are going to need nanocarbon alloy as well. Because I'm going to need more large resource canisters because I want to store stuff in those because I got a lot of stuff to store. And it's just, it's not the best to store them in other forms. Because there's just so much of them. And so that's what I'm going to have to do. It's ultimately a time saver. We don't like it. That's the way it is, though. Alright. Alright. Man, I always love starting my life off filling up a bunch of large resource canisters. But, you know, that's just how it has to be. It is. It's what we need. It is what we need. Phenomenal route. This is ideal. I really need to fix that. Huh. This does take kind of long. It's not particularly agonizing, but it takes a little while. But for the amount of soil you're getting, it could not be better. This is just the best idea in the world. It really is. Because you can turn it into a whole lot of scrap afterwards. Or not. Either way, it's very useful. But most of this is probably going to end up being scrap in the end. All I know for sure is that I need it. That's all I know for sure. Man, this would be a lot less awkward if I had anything to say at all, but that's how life is. I have nothing to say at all. So the little circle in front of the rover there, the UI, it's got a little blue circle going around it, and that's actually the progress we are done, but not actually, because right now it says we're halfway done, but we're only a third done, because I think it does it by the amount of trailers you have on the rover, not by the actual amount of soil canisters there are. So it's a little inaccurate, but it at least gives you some visual indication of what's going on. Alright, so we only have one more canister to fill up, so we are 2/3 done, even though the visual indicator would suggest it's 3/4. We are being lied to, but it's fine, because it's not going to be much longer, regardless. Slow process, awkward process, but necessary process, because gathering all this soil by hand, or the resources I'm going to get with it, would have taken so much longer that it's not even funny. Not funny at all. I stand by this decision. So, I haven't made this clear yet because I rarely do with anything, but the route I am taking right now is like a loop, so I'm already pretty close to the base because it's like I tried to make the route where roughly it fills up the all the soil canisters by the time I get close by, so I should be nearing the base sort of by now. The only issue is I feel like I'm probably a little behind on how much soil I actually have gathered, so I'm going to have to take like a zigzag pattern back in order to make sure I don't arrive too early, because I do actually want all of them to be full when we get there. Yep, you can see the base icon over the hill there. We are, in fact, on the return. Perhaps a little too soon, that is. But, it'll work out one way or another. I'll do the zigzag patterns, like I said, if necessary. I could technically gather a lot more soil if I did the, well, not like a whole lot more. Well, yeah, actually a whole lot more. I could gather a whole lot more soil if I did the medium soil canisters on like large storages instead of the large soil canisters, because for some reason every time they add a large version of something in this game, they just make it objectively worse than the smaller ones. But I just prefer the way that these handle. It's just a little easier to like move them around and stuff because they're all one. But I wish they would make it where they store more. It makes more sense to me that they would store like at least twice what they actually do. I don't know why they wouldn't. I simply do not understand. Alright, it's looking like I'm going to fill up on soil here pretty much just in time to be back at the base, which is ideal. That is the entire purpose of making this route the way I did. And it should be done now. So that's the bridge I made before, so that I could get across to do the automatic bites with the atmospheric condensers over there, but I don't need it anymore, so it's gone. And, well, I was sitting here thinking, and I was just going to get a bunch of scrap, which I already have, and I was going to take that scrap back and use it to get the ammonium, because I believe it is 1 scrap becomes 2 ammonium. I suppose I could check. 1 scrap. No, 1 scrap becomes 1 ammonium. I'm dumb. It's 2 soil canisters of soil to get 1 ammonium in the soil centrifuge, but it's twice as cheap if we first convert that soil to scrap. It becomes 1 scrap gets 1 ammonium. So essentially, we need 100 scrap to get the 100 ammonium we need. And I was just going to take 100 scrap back with me to get the 100 ammonium, but I kind of realized like that's the dumbest thing ever, because the way I literally designed the system was so that I could just plop a trade platform on it and automate it to get whatever I want. And in this case, whatever I want is ammonium. I want 100 of it. And so I can put, you know, the soil on here, just 100 soil, because 1 soil becomes 1 scrap at this conversion. Then this will give me, this one has 72 soil in it, so that would give me that would give me 72 ammonium. And so now I kind of like don't really, I guess I'll try to manually take soil out of one of these other ones so that I don't get way too much ammonium, because I don't really feel like storing a whole bunch extra. That's what we'll do. And that's kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. So I'm going to borrow the soil canister and do so. Get it out. So this was 72 plus 28 would get us to where this one is, we won't want them to be 28 to put on here so that it's 100 together. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, but I'm not good at say. I'm very bad at say, in fact. So this can take from both of them. So yeah, this should be automated astronium, but I'm gonna, or ammonium rather, but I do need ammonium first so that I can actually filter it. But I'll worry about that in a second, because I don't have those auto arms filtered, so I'm actually gonna cut the power for just a second. Oh, okay. There's a lot of that's been going on in the chat here because what I did was I gathered all that soil, and shame on me because I'm recording while streaming, right? And I'm not used to that yet. What I did was I am recording while streaming, and I was like, I don't really want the time lapse to look stupid when I'm checking chat because I only have 1 monitor, so I didn't alt tab any. Holy smokes! 50 from absent trash can. Absent trash can? Yes. Holy smokes. You're a beautiful soul is what you are. Okay? This stream was supposed to be lame, but now it's not lame no matter what. Because of you. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Why the paver wouldn't a drill be best? Yeah, just a drill would technically save some soil, but maybe not, because it would kind of waste time if you got into a bad spot where, like, maybe you're in a ravine or something, or you have to cross an area, or the ground below you is just kind of dumb looking. Not dumb looking. Like, it's hard to go over. The paver just lets you, like, create ground underneath you in cases where maybe it's, like, not so even. Oh, yeah, the guy after you explained that, and instead of just, like, letting that be, I also explained it, so... fantastic waste of time there. I'm going to try to move on. Is this going to be a video? Yeah, I'm recording at the same time, which, by the way, very awkward, because I don't really, like, know how that process goes. Because what I do normally is not stream, right? I've streamed once ever, and I did do a video while streaming with that stream, but I did, like, a grand total of, like, 7 minutes of recording, and it was, like, very low energy recording because I was tired, so it wasn't, like, it was just easier. But this is, like, awkward, because I'm making the whole video except for the intro. I did the intro before I started streaming, and the rest of it has been, on stream. It's also going to be harder to edit, by the way, because usually I'll just not say anything until it's time for me to, like, be saying something that's going to be left in the video. So when I go into the video editor, I can, like, physically see the audio waveforms and just cut out where they don't exist. But it's going to take me longer here because I'm saying stuff all the time in the recording. And so I'll just have to watch it all. I'll have to watch this whole stream. So hopefully it's not too long, which I won't have to watch the whole thing. Like, I'll remember, like, oh, this part's not relevant, that kind of thing. It'll help a little bit. But in many ways, it's going to be a nuisance. But a worthwhile nuisance, of course. Alright, so you're going to have to forgive me while I redo the math I already did in front of everyone. 28. I need to, so this one's coming off and this one's going on in its place. Just to recap, in case anyone's joining or in case I explained it stupid the first time, both are probably the case. I want 100 ammonium, 1 soil becomes 1 scrap, becomes 1 ammonium. So the math is really easy. If I want 100 ammonium, I want 100 soil. This is 72, or it was, but overall, 72. And then plus 28. That'll get me 100 ammonium. And I just don't want a bunch extra, so I'm trying to get the perfect math on this one. I already have extra hydrogen and everything at my home base anyways. I don't need a 1 bit extra. So I'm trying to get this soil canister to where it's at 28. So again, that's a perfect 100 ammonium. I'm going to check the chat, which means I have to alt-tab. Is hydrogen or nitrogen better to research? I actually don't know. I don't know. I can check later if I remember whenever I go back to the home planet. But ultimately, I would just recommend that you do methane anyways, because it's like annoying to come to Aatrox and do all that, but it's more worthwhile in the long run for sure. Them releasing Megatech right before Christmas was a great move. Yeah, they did that with Glitchwalkers as well, didn't they? Or it was at least around the same time. I don't really remember. I don't remember stuff. That's like one of those things I don't do. Well, they are sadly saying any fixes are early 2026. I don't have crashes, but half the structures either don't work or hard lock glitch. Yeah, that's I've been hearing a lot about bugs, and I'm freaking terrified, let me just say. Of course I'm terrified, because, like, when I'm trying to upload every day, if I run into something, like, plumb horrible, that could, like, ruin that. Like, I could, like, just miss an upload entirely over that, and I've been trying, like, very hard not to miss an upload. I even stayed up, like, till, like, way into the AMs of the next day one day to prevent that. And so if I miss an upload after that amount of effort, it's going to be even more dumb. But you can only do in this life what you can do in this life, right? So I'm hoping I don't run across any glitches. I'm backing up my save every day. I recommend anyone else who does this does the same. And also stuff like this, you know, like hop in a shelter every once in a while. Because when you do that, it saves your game. So, like, you know, like, if you're going to crash or something, like, that's mostly against crashes. But if you get something like game-breaking glitch where one of your mega structures just decides that it's not going to mega structure anymore, well, I guess you just got to build another one or deal with it, not use it ever again. Until they fix it, of course. But, like, for me, that'd be like a crisis, because if I have to use it for a video, it's one of those two bad situations. One of those two bad situations indeed. Now then. I'm almost there. This is taking a while, because it just is. But I can promise you, no matter how annoying this process seems, it's going to outpace if we had just went out and gathered ammonium manually by so much that it's not even funny. It's not even funny how much this will outpace it. This allows us to control just how much we get and all of that glorious activity. It's worth it. It is worth it. Ah. Up to 20 concurrent viewers. Let's go. That's what we like, because it's a lot for me. It's a lot for me. I like 20 concurrent viewers. 20 concurrent viewers is I'm happy. Probably gonna drop. Yeah, it drops below right when I said that. Well, that's how it goes in life. That is how it goes in life. Now then. They're both on enable output. Never forget that. Another thing that you also never want to forget, especially with a system like this one, make no mistake that I forgot what I was saying. Give me 1 second. This is actually, I'm like really bad stuck on remembering what I was saying. Oh yeah, make no mistake that if you're storing something in a large resource canister, if enable input is on in a system like this, bad things happen. I don't even want to go into detail. Just make sure that there's plenty of storage for the thing you are trade platforming for if you're doing auto scrap, unless you specifically know the issues that can go on and you have fail-safes for them, but I don't. I know the issues that can go on, and I do not have fail-safes for them. So instead, it's going to be a problem. Now then, I do need, I guess I only need 1 auto arm for this. I don't really know why I did 2. Like, right here. I only need 1 auto arm for this, so I'm going to get, actually I'm going to put an extra soil on here so we can get an extra ammonium that I can use, like, strictly for the sake of, did I put the wrong one on here? Oh, I sure did. This, oh gosh. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna let it be. I did all that for nothing. Is what that means. Is what that means. I counted all that out for nothing because I put the larger one on there, and I was supposed to put the one that was more empty on there. I put the one that has more in it. I'm over here feeling like a fool, but that's commonplace. Have you used the walkways at all? Was using them the other day, and a friend was walking over there, and it killed them, like, outright. Well, like, walked halfway down, and boom, dead. I don't even know what the walkways are, so I have not used them. But that sounds really exciting, like how you can just be walking around this life, and then all of a sudden, no more you. That sounds like a phenomenal glitch that I would much so enjoy to run across. Nitrogen is 800 bytes per minute, and hydrogen is only 40 for some reason. Well, that's even more annoying, because nitrogen is easier to get on the home planet. I think it's 100 parts per unit, where hydrogen's 75, so that's 2 reasons to use nitrogen if you're doing it on a home planet. But again, definitely recommend that you come to Aatrox here and do it like we got it over there, where it's methane instead, because methane is phenomenal. Very phenomenal. Very phenomenal indeed. Alright. Yeah, things are going slow here, and I apologize for that, but it's not going to get better, so if you're hoping it was, you can take your leave right now. I'm just going to warn you. It's not going to get better. I'm just going to take the extra ammonium that I was trying to avoid, though, because this is, I'm not going to be able to count it from now. I already let it go. Well, I guess I technically could. Maybe I will. That's going to be unfortunate for everyone, except for me. But I'm feeling a little bit selfish right now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest, feeling a little bit selfish. If this was 28, it means 4. So I need to take... I need to get... Okay. I have a plan. I think I have a plan. Yeah. If I get this one to 44, my math is recorrected, but I'm going to get it to 40... I'm going to get to... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I really don't. I need an extra ammonium to filter that auto arm so it doesn't destroy my whole life, is what I'm saying. So, whenever the ammonium gets back, I'm going to steal one just for that. I better remember to, or we're going to have big problems as well. But, if I get this one to 44, it's correct. This have an extra one, so this is going to be 43. Yeah, so I need to get this to 43. My apologies. That was probably the worst thing anyone's ever watched, is me trying to figure out that math. 2 more showers until Christmas. That's what I'm talking about. And don't even, I'm not even going to act like I'll be washing my hands or anything. That's not going to happen. I don't wash my hands. You'll notice, too, that's not a joke. If I have to go, like, pee or something in this stream, I will be back so fast that it was not possible that I wash my hands. And you can say that's disgusting, but all I know for sure is that it's true. I wash my hands, just not always, right? But sometimes I get, like, look, I don't want to go into any more detail. I've already ruined everyone's day just then. Oh, this is one of those processes that for the average person would be rather pleasant, but for me, because I always screw at least one thing up, it's like agonizing as all get out. Oops. So did I ever filter that auto arm? I did. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. And I certainly don't know what I have done in the past. But it will all turn out great in the end. I mean, it won't. No showers till Easter. Yeah, see, it's getting better and better. I found my people, because I was actually scared we would get some flack for that, but nah, I mean, obviously that's entirely acceptable. I don't think anyone disagrees with that anymore. Alright, I corrected my math, probably, but for the same reason that I screwed the math up in the first place, it's entirely possible that it's still screwed up. So, but that's okay, we'll worry about that later. Let me try to think what I need. I need more soil on the home planet, that is for certain. I'm going to take this already used one, even though it's not the most efficient thing ever. Because I'm a bona fide dummy, as they call them on the streets. That's exactly what they call them on the streets. Bona fide dummy. That's what I am. We're going to go back to the home planet. Now this is the part where I'm supposed to tell you what we do when we get there, but I don't remember. So we'll try to remember later. Right, I was supposed to bring... Well, I guess I wasn't. I didn't have enough room for it. But I'm going to bring another large resource canister back from... Well, hang on. Let me think about this. Think about this is not my strong suit, but think about this is necessary, so I'll give it a shot. Hopping on out of that space shuttle. That was a valuable thing to say, I guess, wasn't it? Alright, so we still have some soil left. Well, thank you for going over there. Still have some soil left in this one over here, so we're just going to put this on standby. Let me think about what we need. Wait a second, do I even need soil? I might be the dumbest person ever to grace this planet. It's very possible. I compete for that title every single day. I think I am. I think I'm the dumbest person ever to grace this planet. Oh, yeah. For everyone who's just now coming into the stream. I'm not used to doing this yet. I don't stream very much. For everyone who's just now joining, I am trying to build the biodome. I already have the ammonium automatically being gathered on Aatrox right now, so that's going to be taken care of just whenever we go back, assuming that it's had time to do so, and it doesn't really take that long. By the time we get all this other stuff, I'm going to assume that we won't really have a problem anymore. So, the ammonium, by far the biggest problem we have here. It's the most expensive thing by far on this list. Second being probably 30 still. And so, the resin and the glass, that's going to be soil centrifusion. The organic is just plants, right? The tapper. But I do need to set up something that's going to gather that automatically, like right now, because it can take a little while for a full 150 organic to manifest itself. We want to make sure that we're getting out ahead of that and making it actually happen sooner rather than later, so it doesn't become a problem. I'm going to use this to gather the steel, I guess. Wait, do I need to do that? I don't know what I need. Nobody knows what I need because I always confuse everyone with my words. One thing I don't remember is quartz, right? We need quartz for glass. I don't remember if quartz is cheaper here or in the trade platform. I'm almost positive it's here, though. I'm almost positive it's here. Like, I'm very close to certain, but I have to check because that'd be an unfortunate thing to be incorrect about. It's the same. And since it's the same, we obviously want to do it soil style because we don't want to waste the time that went into turning the soil into scrap by just spinning the scrap when we could spin the soil in the same. So, we'll just, it's not going to take that long. We don't I mean, we can get both of these going full speed on. I don't see a reason not to do that. We just got to remember to stop them in time, which is not likely with me. Very unlikely. Best thing about the ammonium is that you'll make it back once you get the biodome. Will I? I don't know anything about the biodome. I mean, don't hesitate to leave spoilers. It wouldn't bother me one bit. I'm just saying I don't know personally, and Yeah, I don't know what how ammonium relates to the biodome. I don't know anything about the biodome at all, except for that I was told it can automate the gathering of seeds, which to me sounded interesting enough to go for it as my next go. And so we're going for it as my next go. Absent trash can is the man. Never forget it. Never forget it. I keep getting text messages, and I know you can probably hear it, so I'm sorry about that. That's how life is. I mean, clearly I'm not too sorry, because you'll note that my phone is not going to be put on silent after having apologized. We'll move on. Oh, but yeah, we got the ammonium gathering automatically on Aatrox. We're getting 100 of it, and so all I needed was 100 soil canisters full of soil, no big deal. And, yeah, because, you know, you can gather that pretty quickly with the rover. Now I'm just going to do the quartz, I guess, which has to be smelted, but again, shouldn't be a big deal because I can just switch out these en masse just like this. And so, getting the 40 glass pretty much already taken care of. I just got to let these do their thing a little bit longer. Not even too much longer, really, in particular. And so, once I get the glass, I'll start working on the resin. That's going to be a bigger deal. As such, I'm going to pretty much require a large resource canister, because realistically, if I'm going to store 250 resin, I don't need a large resource canister, but it would be kind of foolish to do anything else. And I was originally planning on crafting a brand new one, but instead of doing that, I actually just want to steal one of the ones I have on Aatrox, because since this is a temporary use for the large resource canister, I can just take it back to Aatrox after if I want it back there. So I'm just going to go get that, but first, we're going to take this scrap off, because it's a 186 scrap. The only thing I need scrap for, other than the ammonium, which that's already set up on Aatrox, is steel. So all I'm going to use that scrap for is steel. That's way more than enough scrap for steel. So that's not going to be a big problem at all, really. No big deal at all. Let me read chat and Alt tab for that. Are you going to do the new EXO event? I don't know, because I did that in the last series I did. And I just feel like maybe that'd be a little repetitive, because I'd probably use the same method, because it's just the best method, you know what I'm saying? It's just that's kind of like the same. It's the best thing. And so, not entirely sure. But, yeah, so the biodome is pretty much just an automation thing, yeah. So that's good. We like that because, nothing I've seen in Megatech so far is like it. I haven't seen anything in Megatech that does stuff for us. I've seen things that we have to do stuff for, right? We like the idea of Megatech being useful for our perpetuation of the series, because so far the series has been a little rough at some points, because there have been things like me having to gather a bunch of resources when I did not have the appropriate infrastructure for that, but that is why we set up the Aatrox base. I've never done this event. I did the squash one because it was easy to understand, but this one seems complicated. I don't even know if I did the squash one ever. I really don't. Because I do, like, some of the events, like, a lot, like, every year, stuff like that. Sometimes I just, like, don't do them at all. I might have done it before. I don't remember anything about it, I'll tell you that much, but I forget a lot of stuff. I do. But we're going to check on the progress of this, just so we can get an idea of how fast it is. 23, right? It's already almost a quarter done. That's not going to be even a noteworthy issue. It's already taken care of, essentially. By the time we need this ammonium, it will exist. And so, I'm going to steal this for the resin. We don't need anything else in this much of an amount, so I guess this is really the only large resource canister that I need. That right there is happy birthday for me. 15 concurrent viewers. I love 15 concurrent viewers. Can you make a video about how to use the intermodal platform? It's kind of confusing to me. I will at some point. The issue is, and this was kind of like, I don't know if I should have done it this way, right? The issue is, I started doing the series on Megatech here before I knew anything about Megatech, so I still don't really know, like, what that is, right? I know vaguely some stuff. But I did, in fact, like, I was like, oh, I'll just figure this out as I go. Maybe that wasn't the best. I probably should have, like, made a bunch of videos like, hey, here's how you do Megatech. Then I could have done a series on it, probably with much less struggle, probably easier to watch, all of that stuff. I always end up sucking at life whenever I try to make decisions like that. That's a weird sentence. You know what I'm saying, though. It was probably the wrong direction. It's probably the wrong direction indeed. So over there we have 16 glass. This will be 32 glass. Yes, okay, so we have the perfect amount right here by mistake. That's what we love to see. We'll turn the automation of this off. Get these off. Then, show you 40 of them. I'm trying to think how I should store that over there, and honestly, I might just borrow. That would be stupid. I have plenty of these. We'll store them in these. We will. We'll store them in these right here, and then we're going to need an extra one of these. So it's going to be a medium resource canister plus this medium storage is going to be don't remember what I'm saying. I have strokes like every time I try to begin speaking. It's actually kind of concerning. Yeah, those together will be 40, and that's what we need. We need 40 glass, so glass is taken care of. Can I spoil a bit about the biodome? Yeah, you can tell me whatever you want. I'm not, like, specifically trying to keep my... Oh, my mic just did a backflip. Hang on. Yeah, I'm not specifically trying to keep myself in the dark about Megatech. It's not, like, a rule for the series. I don't want to know anything about it. It's just that I didn't, like, go out of my way to make sure I know everything. I don't really plan ahead much, but it's, like, it's fine. I don't care if you tell me about it. Get this here filled up. Alright. That's my alarm going off, reminding me I need to renew my license, and I don't want to. But that's irrelevant in every single way. I don't want to renew my license, man. Oh, but yeah, this one's 32. This one's going to be 8, so this should be all of the, that should be all of the glass gathered, and then it will be, that's a pretty efficient way to store it, I think. I don't want to use 2 medium resource canisters on it, when I can just do an extra medium storage like that, which will be the glass taken care of, which leaves only the resin, the steel, and the organic, which I keep forgetting needs to be set up quite urgently so that it can just start gathering, you know, like, it can start gathering. And I don't have to wait on it later on. So it's going to be a temporary setup. I don't need a whole bunch of organic in this life. And what you'll notice, I lied earlier on accident. I actually do need another one of these for the organic. I dumbed out. I had a dumb moment. And this is how I end up using so much hydrogen in this world. Because I end up not knowing what is going on. For lack of more descriptive reasoning there. I don't know what's going on. And then I waste everyone's life. And my hydrazine. I don't know. I might do the event, though. If a bunch of people want me to do the event, I will do the event. But otherwise, I did it last year and, like, recorded it. So it's going to be very similar this year if I do. What am I trying to remember to do here? This. I need a platform for the auto arm. So I'll just go ahead and use this. This is the one I was going to use for the resin, but I'll just go ahead and use it for the, that's a soil canister, so I just wasted everyone's life. Again. Wasted so much time there, man. But yeah, I need another, I do need another large resource canister for the resin, but I'm going to use this one for the the organic, just because, again, I want to get that started now. Because it's like, it's no joke that I could be waiting on that, like, not too long. It's not going to take very long. It's not. I hate to, like, exaggerate how long that's going to take. But it's not, like, it's not going to be a fun wait, either, if that's the last thing left and we're just sitting there. YouTube randomly recommended your channel. I come with a warning. Don't stop any Megatech process mid-print. I broke my file. But hello. Well, hello, and that's a good warning, because the last thing I want in this world is to ruin my Megatech files. Because, or, you know, my Megatech builds, which would ruin the save, kind of. I guess, technically speaking, I could just build another one. But build another one is do a video twice. Or stream twice in this instance. We don't like do a video twice. Or a stream twice in this instance. Anyways, that's going to be the organic we need gathering, and we're going to end up getting way more than we need, because there's not really a way for me to regulate the tapper without going through some advanced automation, so we're just going to do that. We're going to get too much, probably. I mean, I might be able to stop it at around the correct time. But this is going to be the very last of our quartz getting smelted for the glass we need, which will leave us with organic and steel, I believe, is the last items. But what I'm going to do in this world is check, because when I don't check, I know nothing. I am wrong. All the time. I wish I could be right sometimes. You know how useful it would be to just be right sometimes? Anyways, it's a good thing we're getting some extra organic because we need 30 organic for the steel because we need 30 carbon for the steel, right? Steel is iron, carbon, and argon. We don't have as much argon as we need, but we have it set up on a glacio to gather automatically, so it's as easy as going there because I do have some there. So organic being dealt with, ammonium probably almost dealt with by now. We left it on Aatrox to do it by itself. Glass dealt with. So I need to deal with the resin, which I have enough soil for. Don't I? I don't know. I have very close to enough, if not enough, and it will not take long to get enough. That's what I know for sure. Totally Kit Kat with 5. I love you. I love all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Makes me happy. Makes me so happy when my streams are successful in any capacity at all. Because streaming's awkward for me. I'm not good at it. Make sure you exit to the main menu every few hours, because I had around a 5-hour session of my game and randomly sent me to the main menu, and I lost 5 hours of progress for no reason. Yeah, so I'm assuming if I get in, like, the shelter and it saves my progress, like it says, if you watch, I get in the shelter, it says I'm not close enough, so I gotta get closer. Every time I try to demonstrate something in this life, right? Alright, if I get in the shelter, it says saving game at the bottom, so I'm assuming that's the equivalent of leaving the save, but I could be incorrect. Maybe there's, like, some bugs where it's not the exact same as, like, fully logging out. I think that's fine, though. You sound like a fellow Southerner. Sort of, I live in Kentucky. Like, so I guess that's technically Southern, but it's not, like, too Southern. It's not extremely Southern. It's kind of Southern. It's pretty Southern. I used to have an even more Southern accent. If you watch some of my videos from, like, 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know where the accent went, but it has died off a little. I think I actually did that on purpose, probably, like, subconsciously, because sometimes it's hard to tell what I'm saying, because I had, like, worse mic settings back then. So if I got, like, too Southern, it'd be, like, a situation where it's like, what did he just say? What did he just say? And nobody likes what did he just say, because what did he just say is, it makes a hard video to follow. Makes the video hard to follow. I can't even talk right now, so that's not really proving my point too well. Anyways, I don't have hydrazine here to refill this thing all the way, so I probably won't need any more of this for the rest of the video, but if I do, it's not really a big deal, because ammonium in bulk is not something we're having trouble with right now, is it then? Simplest thing I could tell you is before you start a Megatech, print or something, exit to the main menu, and duplicate the save. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I don't know if I will, because I'm a little lazy. This is my foolishness talking, by the way. I'm not even saying I have a good reason not to. But I see your point. It's like, you know, if printing is where most of the bugs come from, maybe I should. Maybe I will. I might. I do back up my save before every single video. But, you know, that's still a lot of lost progress if something goes utterly awry. So I might do exactly what you just said. Probably the best idea. And since it's probably the best idea, I'm having a hard time coming with a reason why I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact of the matter. Let me sit here and twiddle my thumbs till I remember what the process was supposed to be. Why am I here? How much is this? 39. It's done like nothing. Am I dumb? I'm trying to figure out how it's possible that it's done like nothing. Maybe I'm just misunderstand the amount of time that's elapsed since we were last here. Because I think I was gone for longer that time than the first time, but it got less done. It doesn't matter. It'll get done. Anyways, my generators are unable to keep up with all the power that's being put out, which is really confusing to me because that's a lot of power among all these generators. That's what I'm noticing. Like, this isn't going full speed. What is taking all that power? Like, I seriously don't know. It cannot be that the atmospheric condenser over here is doing. Because, like, this one's on, but I don't think it's drawing power. Because it's not on for real. It filled up all of its stuff. We have all this methane. This one's almost done. But that's 20 units of power a second. If all these generators were filled up, which they were at one point, then that is 16, 30, 64. So all of these generators I have here should be 128 units of power a second. I'm trying to figure out how they ever fell behind to the point where they could no longer keep up. I don't know what could be drawing all that power. Maybe it's just a little buggy outside of render distance and they don't keep up as well, and then when I come back, they're already behind. I love your vids, man. Thank you for all you do for the Astroneer community. Thanks so much for all the tips and tricks you gave us. You are welcome. I do try sometimes. But, you know, I hope they are good videos, because sometimes they be suck. They do be suck. I know that's the truth. That's funny. I'm the exact same. I've only made one backup despite pushing to my friends playing the new update to make them. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. Like like, you know, I might say, oh, this or that's a good idea, but that's not how I live my life. It's just the way it is. It's unfortunate, perhaps unideal, but that's yeah. But my husband calls Aatrox the poopy planet because of the methane. I call it that because I hate it. See, so we're similar on one side of things there. We are. And I think that's the key takeaway here, right? What am I thinking? Because you all know I came here for a reason a long time ago that was simple. And yet I wound up being here for like 200 years. Oh, man. Oh, man. Alright, so this is going to be a one of those situations where I don't know. Just give me a minute. I'm so slow, and it makes life hard for everyone but me. What makes life hard for me as well, to be fair. It's definitely a worse planet. Lots of waiting and no power. Yeah, I mean, the only good thing about Aatrox is the Attactus and Helium. That's kind of it. It's a good place to mine stuff, but only because you hate it, right? So you can't say it's a good thing about it, because that's only the case because it's bad. So like, if you don't want to Attactus or Helium, this place sucks. And as such, that's where you build your scrapped bases, of course. I mean, yeah. Things are getting... Well, nothing. I have nothing to say. I just started speaking. I thought I'd come up with something before it was too late. I'm always mistaken in that way, and it's just, Huh. I didn't have to make a villager noise. Oh, man. Hello and good morning from Guam. We love good morning from Guam. Thank you for good morning from Guam and hello. Hope you're having a fantastic morning in Guam. Hope the weather is good in Guam. It's fixing to snow here, which is awesome because that means, you know, I have a 30-minute drive to work. So I have to wake up 30 minutes earlier than that to, like, give me extra time in case it's snowing. So I have to, like, get up and see if it's snowing. And then if it is, I have to leave, like, early enough to where in case I have to go half speed, I'll still get there on time. That's what we love. We love it more than anything else in the world. Anyways, going to be gathering the resin now. We're going to set it to automatically gather because we have enough to store a whole bunch here. The problem is I'm probably going to overshoot a little bit, but having a little extra resin in this life never hurt anyone, and it will probably vanish quite quickly because of how often it is used. There's like 12 inches outside right now. So 12 inches of snow, it's probably not going to get that bad here. We don't really get like a ton of snow usually anymore. We used to. I don't really know why it's dialed down. But, maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. I don't know. Look, snow is usually not too bad here, but like, you know, when the roads get iced over and you got a 30-minute drive to work, well, now your 30-minute drive to work became an hour, probably. You know, that's how much time you should give yourself in case it gets real bad. I do have four-wheel drive though. I have like a good snow vehicle. It's just a matter of how much time it needs. You know, even taking that into consideration. But yeah, I'm gonna see how much progress is made. Yeah, so we're already at 50 on this. The organic is no big deal. It'll be done by the time we're ready. And if I'm not mistaken, that just leaves us the steel, which means for the first time in my life, we have ourselves an easy video, really. So I'm at an hour and a half on working on this video, which, you know, the stream's like almost the same duration, probably. Well, no, I have like a little extra time because I made the stream thumbnail because I was like, it's kind of weird to stream without a thumbnail at all if I plan on doing this more than once. Snow shuts our host state down. Not a big fan. Yeah, if it gets bad enough, it's like a lot of people, they're just kind of ruined, which especially sucks if you have like a steep driveway or something, especially one that has curves in it. Too bad for you if you want to leave your house, which is awesome because if you have a job, that's what you got to do. 30 still, though. I am correct. That is the last thing we have to worry about. Everything else is mostly automated. And by mostly automated, I mean utterly automated. I just am not fast at coming up with the right words. So instead, I come up with the wrong words fast. See what's going on there? I don't see what's going on there even. I don't know why I could expect you to. Every time I speak, there's nothing but confusion. But we're going to go ahead and plop that down because what that does is it thinks we have one less glass than we actually do because they plop on top, which is my favorite. That's my favorite thing. That was sarcasm. You'll learn to detect it with me. All right. Oh, I'm going to suffocate checking chat. Big time reminder for those of you, or not reminder, it's not a reminder if you just got here. Big time information for those of you who are just joining the stream. I do not have a second monitor, so if I'm sitting still randomly, that's me checking chat. And if I'm not sitting still randomly, I cannot check chat. People have told me I could use my phone for it. I don't really know how. I guess, like, would I just get in my stream on YouTube, or is there a way through YouTube Studio? I don't know. And I could check right now, but the thing is, you don't understand me as a person if you think I'm not too lazy for that. Just got here, what's going on? Okay, perfect. This is my opportunity to do what I should be doing without being asked. We are building the biodome over there, right? And I guess since you asked, I'll go over here and, like, re-explain the whole process, because I don't want people to be confused who are just joining my stream. And I am recording a video at the same time, by the way, so this will be it'll be much shorter on YouTube if you'd prefer to just see it that way. It's going to be uploading tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time. But 250 resin, we're gathering that right now automatically with the soil centrifuge, so that's going to be taken care of quite soon. Organic, already have that automated as well. We have a tapper on an Attactus with an auto arm, putting it into a large resource canister. So the resin and the organic, they're going to be in the large resource canister and dealt with soon. Ammonium, same thing. We went to Atrox, where my soil to scrap base is, and we got 100 soil, which becomes 100 scrap, which becomes 100 ammonium automatically because I automated all of it. So 100 ammonium is going to be waiting for us on Atrox here in just a little bit. Then we have the glass, which I've already done, as you can see here. It was just a little bit of soil centrifuge activity. No big deal at all. Which leaves us with the steel. We have to get the steel now, and everything else is dealt with. Now, typically, steel can be a little annoying, right? You have to go get iron on Glacio. You have to go get argon on Glacio. And then, you know, the organic, that's never actually a big deal. But the other two, that can be quite frustrating. But I just won't. It might be like, you know, like, I just won't. We have the trade platform. We have a bunch of scrap. We're going to use it. You have to love the large rover and how it gathers soil. Very, very efficient. Yeah, there was a pile-up of, I think, 70 people yesterday. I wasn't a part of it, but I saw it on the news. Yeah, that's what's spooky. I've seen, like, those videos of people on the parkway when it's snowing, and they'll slide and hit someone, but it's, like, around a curve or something, so people coming up can't see it. And then when they come around, they try to stop because there's a crash, but it's the road is iced. So then they hit them too. And then everybody is ruined forever, over and over again. I just realized how annoying this is going to be. Getting 30 this slow. Ooh. Well, changed my mind. We're not getting up the scrap. I need to set up a automatic scrap to something on this planet. I have it on Atrox, but and that might sound redundant, but I want to use the Atrox one for if I need, like, a lot of something. Like, we're getting 100 ammonium. It's like, yeah, I'm going to use Atrox one for that. It's, like, overkill to use it for stuff we don't need much of, because if I put, like, iron on that one, we would get so much iron. We don't want so much iron. But also, getting iron this way is, like, too slow, so it's like a curse. Anyways, I have 2 different of these, and it's dumb, so I'm going to put it all in one. But, yeah, at this point, and this is, like, an embarrassment to me, at this point, it would be faster to go get the iron just on Glacio the normal way, because I failed to set things up automatically the way I ought to. But hear me out. It's not like a great disaster or anything, just because we already have to go there to get the argon, because I don't have enough argon. But I do have a base set up that gathers the argon, so all I got to do is just go get it. I just got to go get it, and then when I pick it up, we will also get the iron. No big deal. Yo, I'm the guy in your DMs, by the way. I'm the guy in your DMs, by the way. There are multiple guys in my DMs. Okay, that sounded a little fruity. Let me reword. There's a lot of people... Oh, there's no coming back from that. I won't even try to reword. I meant it in the not weird way. That's what I'm trying to say. Got to figure out dinner. Y'all have a great night. Liked and subbed. We liked and subbed. You are off the hook. Have a fantastic day. We liked and subbed, in fact. So let me explain the brand of idiot I am, right? I think that would be useful for everyone. I do not put beacons down when I should. So I have to remember where my stuff is, except for this. I put, like, a landing pad there and a shelter. That was for some quests that I had to do in, like, episode 2. That was a long time ago. I only did it because I had to. This, I'm pretty sure, is where I left the Argon. It's dumb to have to remember this stuff. It's more than dumb to have to remember this stuff. One might even say it is stupid to have to remember this stuff. But I digress. I don't digress, actually. The main course here is that I'm a fool. But, look, that should be enough Argon, probably. We're mostly just hoping that's enough Argon, as I do not have evidence to support that claim because I have not done math. It is not enough, but I have one more on the home. I have, like, enough if you combine it with what I have on the home planet. So, yeah, I just did math in my head, and it took less than 2 hours. This is a historical moment for me. But, yeah, for those of you just joining the stream, right now we are getting Argon, and we are getting Argon for steel. We are also getting iron. We are getting the iron for steel. Why do we need steel? Well, we need steel because we are gathering it for the biodome megastructure. And we have everything else we need, or at least everything else we need is currently gathering automatic styles. So, once we get the steel in place, it would be my guess that everything else will already be done. I don't think we'll be waiting on anything. And so, shouldn't really be much left. This is I just shouldn't have even tried to mine from that one. That's not going to be efficient. Let me, come on up this hill. Oh, wait, what? I've already done it before. That's a carve-out where I went up this hill sometime in the past. Probably looking for... I think I remember what that was. That's where I came here with a solid fuel thruster. And I didn't bring enough, and I got stuck here and had to come find ammonium. That was fun. I had a good day that day. I was happy. You could imagine I was happy. Okay, I'm back for a bit. We love back for a bit, Astro. That's what we like. I remember you from before. I remember. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but I have bad memory, alright? It's actually revolutionary. It is. It's revolutionary. I'm excited for Jerk to get trains and stuff in this save. Stuff, that's two different words. I just didn't read it as such. This save with extractors so he can actually utilize the intermodal platform. Yeah, so, correct me if I'm wrong. From what I've heard, which is almost nothing, right? I don't really actually know that much about Megatech other than what I've done. The intermodal platform is like, it gets items from one planet to another automatically, right? And so if that is the case, there's no chance I won't be redoing the nanocarbon alloy factory to make it, like, completely automatic. Because the only part that wasn't automatic about it was that you had to go get the helium and stuff. I think helium and argon. Yeah, you have to go get helium and argon for the factory if you do it on the home planet. That was the only part of it that was not automated. But if this thing does that, well, you can fully automate it, and so I will be redoing it. And then I'll also make it more efficient with, like, the stacked platforms that were released, that kind of thing. We'll just do the whole shebang at once. I love jerking. Well, I would ask you to elaborate, but I fear it would not be useful. We'll just leave it at a congratulations. Alright. That's the method, by the way, for getting off cliffs in this life if you do the shuttle juggling method. Let's get real, though. Maybe I'm to the point in the game where it would be more justifiable for me to just use a, portable oxygenator. But the thing is, like, I'm going after iron, right? And once I do, I want to leave the planet. So it's like, it's kind of nice that I can just leave from where I'm at because I brought this with me. Instead of having to, sort of... Yep, I forgot what I was saying, and I can tell by the way I feel that I'm never going to get it back, so I hope that wasn't an important thought. I like trains for planets, yeah. Trains are essential, though, due to the fact you can only have one per each planet. Trains are essential, though, due to the fact you can only have one per each planet. You can only have one intermodal platform per each planet. Well, that's kind of interesting. What's your favorite machine you made? You talking about, like, the, if you're talking about the Megatech structures, I've only made 2, and the first one is the one that helps you make the others. So, technically, my favorite one is the museum one, because it's the only one I've made. But, if everything I hear about the biodome is correct, I'm thinking I'm going to like it a whole lot, because it sounds interesting, at least. At the very least, it's interesting. And interesting is, I get a good YouTube video, and I get a good YouTube video is, I like the mega structure. You see how that works? Yeah. Glad we could come to an agreement there. This is annoying. I walked like 4 miles for that, and it was nothing. Ah. The hoverboard works quite well for travel. It does. I need to get one, but I hate the quest for it. I hate it so much. And I don't remember how to do it, so I'm going to have to go watch my own YouTube video on how to do the quest. Isn't that like narcissism or something? I do that all the time. I forgot to automate trade platforms like 2 days ago. I had to watch my own trade platform video. It's so weird. How many hours do you have in total on Astroneer? I'll check Steam right now. It says 1,277. What you need to understand, though, is a lot of that is like me testing stuff in creative, or like I went AFK after taking a screenshot for a thumbnail, right? So if we're being real, maybe like 25 to 50% of those hours are actually like I'm not really playing the game so much. I'm just kind of doing things that are specifically related to YouTube. But it is a nice flex if we don't tell people that last part. Alt. What's your favorite video you made? I think I like the top 5 game-changing strategies video I made because the intro was so stupid, but it was a beautiful kind of stupid, and I think everyone appreciated the beautiful kind of stupid it was. I do like that one. I also like the top 50 tips and tricks, obviously, because it got so many views, and it still gets so many views. But the thing about it is, the thumbnail is so bad, and I just have to look at it and see how bad it is, and realize that that is the like most seen thumbnail on my channel because it's the top video. I need to change it. I need to just make a new thumbnail for it. That's something you can do. I just haven't like gotten around to it. I need to change the thumbnail because it's so bad. Also, I'm not like, I don't know, like it's, I don't know. I need to make a better version of that video, and who knows, maybe I am. You know, maybe I've been slowly working on that. I have been. It's not even really a secret. I don't know why I'm acting like it is. What additions do you think the Astroneer devs should make? I have a few in mind. Curious about yours. Honestly, I haven't thought about that as much as I should. That's like one of those questions every Astroneer YouTuber should have an answer to, but I don't really. I could probably come up with one. I've come up with some in the past, but I don't have any like off the top of my mind. You know what I'm saying? One thing for me for a long time was like a way to get items from planet to planet automatically, but they've done that now. So like that was like the big thing for me. But I guess like one thing I would say, one complaint I've had for a while is that bites, once you unlock everything, bites are pretty much useless. I would like there to be, like, reasons to automate bites forever. Because if you take a look here, we've done that, right? 1,000 bites, like somewhere in that region, forever. We have that automated forever. So, the amount of bites I have right now is probably enough to unlock everything in the game. And then once I do that, I'm still gathering 1,000 bites per minute forever. So it's like, now what? Kind of wish they would do that. Have you seen the trailer for the new Astroneer game? Are you talking about Star Seekers? I think I saw the trailer, but I don't remember it because that's how I operate. I do things, and then I don't remember doing them, so it didn't matter. How do you put the hematite in the can without dragging it into the can? So if it's empty, you do have to drag it into the can. But since it's now established as a hematite can, because we put some in it, you can just click the hologram of the hematite on top. So I hope that explains. Hope that explains. But yeah, I have seen the Star Seekers trailer. I felt obligated to watch it because I probably have to make videos on that. Obviously, that'd be appropriate. The thing is, I don't remember it, and I couldn't tell you what it's about at all. I don't even know if it's like public information what it's about anyways. I don't know what all is public about it. I'm not like good at making Astroneer content. You know what I mean? I'm not like, I don't do the things I should. I'm not like Games for Life where I upload like the new information very quickly and stuff. I end up getting the new information uploaded, but it always takes me like a couple of months to get caught up because I'm just slow. I am. Games for Life, though. If you want like the most new information quickly, Games for Life is the one. I'm gonna be honest. I won't even lie. I try to edit my videos together to be like, usually like when I'm doing a series, I try to edit my videos to be like less. I try to upload less often, but I have like as much as I can in like one on a topic. But if you want like good information fast, that's never really been what I've done. But you know, if a DLC's been out for a couple of months and then you want to check on it, I've probably made good information on it. I simply want larger slot auto arms and major updates for the DLCs, since the DLCs are a little under expectations. The bite issue really makes sense. The closest there is to fix is the museum. Yeah, the museum. So I did notice that was like something that takes. It doesn't just take bites; it takes bites per minute. But I'm assuming it probably like plateaus pretty quickly, right? Like, I mean, how many bites will it take before it no longer is useful? So it's like, I wish you could put like a ridiculous amount of bites into getting like a specific item. The only problem with that is, like, that item would become cheap forever so fast, right? Because, like, if I set up a system where I'm getting 10,000 bytes per minute or 100,000 bytes a minute, which 100,000 would be, like, pretty hard, but, like, 10,000, right? Well, then that's, like, forever. If I did, like, an automatic system like that forever, it would just become too good, and then whatever item you can trade it for becomes literally free. And so that's like an issue as well, I guess. It's kind of hard to balance a game like this. Can't really hate on the devs too much because it is hard. It's just hard to balance this game. But at the same time, I wish bytes were more useful. I guess yeah. On the topic, this is something I've complained about a lot. You're saying, what do I think that they should add to the game that they haven't? They should add, extra large versions of things and large versions of things that are actually worth it. You know what I mean? They keep on adding larges and extra larges that are not as good as the smaller versions. Their large resource canister is great. The large resource canister is a phenomenal thing that they did because it's worth it. But like the large soil canisters here, it is technically more efficient for me to put a bunch of medium ones on a large storage, and it will take up the same amount of space as this, but it'll have more soil. So they made a large soil canister finally, and they made it worse than the mediums. Like, I don't understand. It wouldn't be broken at all for them to make it so that this just holds twice as much as it does. Nobody would be like, oh, it doesn't make sense in that amount of space. And nobody cares. It never made sense the amount of space it takes up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't fit 400 resin in here, not actually. Imagine actual walls you can place down and things. That's another thing I thought about. Like, so, like, sort of like platforms you could place to link together to make, like, actual bases would be interesting. Because, like, true flat bases are cool and all, but it's like, the creativity has its limits, sort of. I guess, like, you have to, like, think more. It's, like, it is an interesting way to have to make a base. But at the same time, sort of, like, base parts that snap together would be appropriate, I feel like, as well. They should do that. Which I understand that that's a challenge with a game where the planets are so small that you can see the curvature, like, on your screen. Like, you look across right there. There's, like, clear curve to the planet. I understand it could be, like, a challenge to, like, well, how do we make it so that you can build on a round planet like that without it getting weird quick? It's still worth figuring it out, I think, though. Then again, I cannot judge. Me and my friend have been putting off balancing our game. Astro Boats has a game. Oh, Astro Bot. Sorry, I called you Astro Boat. I can't. Or is it Astro? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop trying. Bytes for building. Wait, hang on. You're actually cooking there because building a larger base should be something you could do the later in game you get. And automating like a ton of bytes that would just naturally happen as you progress in the game if you have them set up automatically forever like we do here. So that actually makes sense. Like a certain amount of bytes for like a floor segment or a wall segment. That's actually like a really good idea. Bytes for building parts would be a really good idea, I think. Maybe bytes as well as a crafting material. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, that's a good idea. I think like each one costs a certain amount of bytes instead of just unlocking it. But first they have to actually figure that out, which, like, to give them credit where it's due, I could see why that would be a struggle. That is a struggle. It is. Figuring out how to get a base building system in a game like this. It's exhausting. But it's easy to say it's, like, not a game dev, like, oh, they should do this and that. Like, there's no telling how hard it is to develop games. There is no telling. I mean, there is if you've done it. But that's the only way. It's got to be so hard. There's like so much stuff that can go wrong. Yes, praise me more. Yes, everyone. Hey, it was a good idea. Can't even lie. Can't even lie. It was a fine idea. Fine idea. Okay. That's not good. All right, we got it. I fixed it. All right. So that'll be done soon. Now I need to... This thing's done technically, but we need more from it because I have to get some for No, I don't. Yeah, you're just done. Turn off, son. You're done because we have this one I've had for a long time that I have not been using yet. This will become our carbon. Thank you for putting that extra on there, AutoArm. I really appreciate that, except for that I don't. I lied. I don't appreciate that. Anyways, I would like everyone to take note. I'm fixing to do something that is considered by many to be unclean. I'm going to go urinate, and I'm not going to wash my hands. I want you to count on your fingers how fast I get this done, all right? Right now. did it. I'm back. I've done it. I just peed. Now, look, it's not gross. It's not gross. It's not gross that I didn't wash my hands because I did it hands-free. That was a hands-free urination. So, it's just technically not gross. Like, look, you can say, ooh, you know, it's gross. No, it's not. All right, it's not gross. It's not gross that I just peed without washing my hands. And I would like to see anyone make an argument that it is. We'll change the subject. It's already getting awkward. I've done a bit of it, and it's definitely difficult. I have no idea what Astroneer's code or internal system is like, so I don't know exactly how difficult it would be, but it's definitely difficult. So, you've done some game deving? Like, to what extent? Do you have like a simple game, or is it like advanced? You know what I mean? Is it fancy? And are you going to try to get it like released on Steam or something? I want to do game deving at some point, but, you know, like, it's just so steep to get into that. I guarantee it is. I want to wait till I, like, really feel like I'm going to, like, do it. You know what I mean? To give it a shot. Yeah. You know how I am with stuff. For anyone who's just joining the stream, we are building the biodome, and we're pretty much done. Actually, I'm making a YouTube video, so I'm just going to, like, strangely cut to explaining that for the video. Alright, so I just went to Glacio and got a bunch of iron, which we are going to use for the steel, which means we are very close to finished here. Once this gets put in here, we're going to have enough iron for the steel, and then it's a matter of turning this organic into carbon so we can combine them. When I went to Glacio to get the iron, I also got all the argon we need for the steel, so the steel is done once everything is smelted. The only other thing would be the organic, which you can see that's done as well. We got 150 organic, that's what we needed. And the resin, which is getting there fast. We only need 100 more resin to make it 250. We're going to be done pretty much soon. And so, yeah, once I get that all gathered, I'll be back. And then we'll craft it. And then we'll see what it does, probably. I think I'll have enough time. Oh, yeah, I have enough time for that. Record speech today. All right, so that's for the video. I would take a trip down to the core to get Astronium in order to trade for 4 portable smelters. Yeah, I need Astronium just in my currency loop anyways. Not having Astronium at this point in the game is setting me back. I would like to use it for automatic scrap, for, you know, like just a shorthand way for me to get the hydrazine. And as you said, portable smelters, they're just so nice. Especially if I have to set up a quick automated system like I did with the carbon over there at the museum thing. I made it so that the item we like put on it is carbon, right? So that we get more value for the resource. And I set up 6 normal smelters. And it just took up more space than I wanted and all that stuff. Portable smelters would have been so much nicer. So yeah, I feel like it's worth the trip. It's definitely worth the trip. Because once, like, if I go down there, like, I already have the auto extractor unlocked, as you can see over here. I needed that unlocked in order to even do Megatech to begin with, so I unlocked that a long time ago. All I gotta do is just craft some, take them down there with me, and then, like, send a train down there as well. Because, like, I have a large rover as well. I don't know where I parked it. Yeah, right there. I'll put a drill and a paver on the front. We'll make, like, a large path down there. We'll put, like, a train going down there and an auto extractor. And we'll just fully automate resin whenever I do, or we'll fully automate Astronium, rather, whenever I do that. Then we'll have automatic Astronium. I'll use some of it for, you know, if I want to get scrap and stuff, maybe. Or I probably won't. I have soil to scrap on the save. I don't know if I'll full with Astronium to scrap. Just because I did that in the last series. This is more of a Megatech focused series. I don't want to spend too much time on things I've done before. Especially since, again, you know, like gathering soil with the rover is so fast. I don't really need to automate it, you know. But if I want to automate it for some other reasons later, I will. But yeah, we're just waiting on stuff now. We are. We have not much iron left to be done. But you are right. A portable smelter would be in order right now over this thing. Like several portable smelters. I could get this done so fast. Smelting is like a big-time bottleneck in my system now. And yeah, I could do more smelting furnaces, but that's just ridiculous infrastructure to set up when it's only temporary. You know what I mean? I don't need to do that when I'm gonna get portable smelters eventually anyway. So Astronium is something I want to do soon, but it's kind of awkward because there's things you need to do Megatech, and so I have to do those in this series, but I don't want to do those back to back to back too much because I also want to do mega structures specifically. But we're doing the biodome in this episode, and the next one I might end up trying to get Astronium done. We'll just have to see. We will just have to see. 24 concurrent viewers. I think that is our peak for the stream so far. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are building the biodome over there And we are, for all practical purposes, finished gathering the resources that we need for that. This is the iron we need for the steel. And, well, I guess I'm not even going to go over all we need. I just said we're done. So I have to make steel with this iron. The resin's gathering. And this is already done. So, everything's in order. I have to go get ammonium off of Aatrox, then it's, it's good. My YouTube ran out of memory for some reason. We don't like that. That is not what we like. We don't like our YouTube running out of memory. It's a vague sentiment, but it's true. And so I do need a little more soil. I did fear this to be the case, but that's okay because I need to go to Aatrox anyways to bring our ammonium back. That happened anyways. So we'll go to Aatrox, we'll get our ammonium, bring it back. Ammonium was supposed to be the big issue in this video, but I set up that soil to scrap farm on Aatrox, and I knew it was going to come in handy. And it sure did. It sure did. I accidentally went to Novus. So, look, whatever. Yeah, the soil to scrap on Aatrox was the best thing I did in this series, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, that was like, it took me 14 hours to make the video on that. So I was like up till like 7 a.m. on the Thanksgiving morning because I stayed up the day before. Like I started the day before at 5 p.m. and went till 7 a.m. that next morning. And I did like an 8-hour live stream. It was no good, no fun, but I knew it was worth it, and it was. I still don't regret it. It was 14 hours straight of just like miserable, but good miserable. Because again, I have it now. I can use it now. It makes the rest of the videos easier now. I found 3 huge Astronium on Desolo. Is that a good play on a save? Or any? I like it because it's a small area compared to other planets near the core. I guess I don't really know what you're asking. Like, are you asking if it's a good idea to gather your Astronium on Desolo? Because, really with Astronium, you don't want to gather it with your terrain tool at all, right? Because there's it's just like, it'll go away quickly. And then, like, yeah, you can use it for some good stuff. But then if you want to have a whole bunch, it's kind of just, it closes you off to doing that because you have to, like, run around to other veins and stuff. I would recommend doing the auto extractor always, is what I'm getting to. And since you're going to do the auto extractor anyways, it's probably a better shorthand to just gather Astronium on the home planet or wherever your main base is. I'm assuming that's on the home planet because for most people that is likely the case. But wherever your main base is, that's the planet I would gather Astronium on, and I would just use a train to bring it back up to the surface. That way you can then turn it into scrap automatically, or just whatever you want. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not your thing. So I did my math wrong earlier. Everyone is shocked. Everyone's greatly shocked that I did my math wrong, except for that nobody is. Not one person. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't. It's just that it's not ready for this to take off because it's not full, so I gotta make it full. I didn't make it full. I don't even know how my own system works. Like, what is going on here? Okay. This goes on the floor. Does it break things if I send this off automatically? I figured out how to automate trade platforms a long time ago, but I forgot, like, the deep reasoning behind it since then. So we're just gonna see if you can make a trade platform go off prematurely on a system where it's supposed to be automated by itself. We're going to find that out together right now. Well, what I did was get enough early on the save for portable smelters law, and after that, I waited for the auto extractor. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Like, I wouldn't want to gather too much Astronium with my terrain tool because, it's just less overall. But it's like, if you want a little bit to get the portable smelter going, because like that's a very useful thing to have. Fair enough, you know what I'm saying? That's not a bad idea at all, I wouldn't say. I've only been recording for an hour and a half. That's actually insane. I'm getting some stuff done in this one. Though I will say, like, again, for those of you who are like just getting to the stream, I don't usually stream while recording, so it's like whenever I get into the editing phase of this video, this could be like, because you can see like where you're talking in a video editor. For those of you who don't know, you can see where you're talking, and so where you're not talking, you can just cut that out without having to watch the video, and it's just so fast. But since I'm talking a lot for the stream and not all of the stream stays in the video, I have to like kind of just watch the whole thing, probably at two times speed or something, so that'll speed things up a lot. But whew, I gotta watch the whole thing. That's the takeaway here. And so I've never done it. Maybe it's not even that bad. I actually don't know, but it could be because I gotta cut out the parts that don't matter. Realistically, I should probably like go into these I don't know. Look, I'm just gonna shut up right now because I don't say useful stuff too often. We're pretty close, though, to being done with this video, which is, I don't know if I'll keep streaming after, because there's probably some things I could do that I don't really want to do in any particular video, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Nobody knows what I'm going to do. It's impossible to predict, even if you're me. I just finished stage 1 on the museum. Yeah, I think, so, that's That one gives you the cosmetic. I don't really know what the stage 2 does, but it's so much harder. Because once you get 5,000 of, you know, the bytes, the units of power and all that for stage 1, I don't even know what it wants you to get. It gives you to get 100,000 of all of them on the stage 2, but I don't know what you get in return. I'm assuming it's like a, assuming it's maybe like another cosmetic. That'd be kind of nice. That'd be fresh. It was like another cosmetic because, you know, cosmetics are flexes. Cosmetics are good thumbnails for free. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Obviously, no one else cares about that, really. But, you know, I'm a little petty. I'm petty. I'm petty. I do it for the grift. Alright. Alright. So, we're about to be done. It's going to be... Okay, so 16 onto this. It's going to be 230, so... Once both of these soil centrifuges complete 2 more cycles, we'll have all the resin we need, and then, you know, a bit extra. But, you know, a little extra resin never killed a man. Probably. I don't guess I have any proof of that, but there's reasonable expectation that a little extra resin never killed a man. Anyways, we're going to continue our little journey here of getting our carbon smelted, because, you know, we need carbon. Great commentary. I should do more streaming. That's what I'm picking up on. Are you the type of person to do a difficult challenge for the sake of bragging rights and content? Oh, yes. Absolutely. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like, the nanocarbon alloy factory in Astroneer. I don't really play, like, super late game in this game. Right? I don't. And so that was pretty much just so I could have a video to make. And it's not like that it was miserable. Like, you know, it's fun. Like, it was fun to set that up. But if I wasn't going to make a video on it, like, I don't really care about having a whole bunch of nanocarbon alloy outside of the fact that it's like, look what I did. You know what I mean? Right. It's a bit weird. I'm a weirdo like that. But, you know. It's just like, I don't know. 24 concurrent viewers. If we get to 25, that is a record for the stream. But it's probably like delayed, so like it could be the case that we've already gone back down, and I'm over here talking about something that doesn't even exist anymore. That's my kind of thing. Anyways. Oh yeah, we're about to be finished. I need to stop them. I probably should have stopped them already. Alright, that's okay. Got plenty of extra soil as well. We love plenty of extra soil as well. Here's the ammonium, though. Should have already ran it over, but we're going to run it over with the resin because it is time. Ladies and gentlemen, almost. The only thing we have to make after this is the steel, and the biodome is ours. The biodome is ours. 25 concurrent viewers. New record for the stream. That's what we like. We're at the peak viewers for the stream right now. We love that. Alright, I've always wanted to see someone do a video where they get to end game in the most inefficient way possible. Yeah, but that, like, you have to like sort of like think about that, because you could get really inefficient if you wanted to. Like, I'm talking bad. Like, you could take a long time to get there. But I don't know. But yeah, let me take a look at this. So we have everything we need. It says we don't have enough glass, but that's because one of them's on top. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's lying. That's what you need to know. We have enough glass, we have enough ammonium, resin. I have the organic, I just didn't bring it over here. Then we got to make the steel, which we have everything we need for. It's just a matter of letting everything happen as it may, because, you know, thing in life is, I have one smelter. I don't have any portable smelters or any of that nice stuff yet, so I could just break my knees with a baseball bat, as I'm accustomed to saying I would love to do. But that's just how it is. I don't use the large soil canister for soil. I use it for hydrazine. Soil collection, large silo with 6 medium canisters. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you are right. That's just better. But I wish they would stop. I wish they would make it so that the large versions of things and the extra large versions of things are just better. They did a great job with the resource canisters. The large resource canister, the extra large. It's worth getting those. But like everything else, like the smalls on like efficient storage, is like the medium storage on like silos. It's just better. Like, why do they do this to us? Remember, you need power for the printer. Oh, dude, you're over here. You're over here dropping some hard facts that I'm not ready to receive yet. All right, we are going to do that. We are going to do that power extender style. I'm glad you said that though, because I make a fool of myself plenty, and not doing that. This is why I need to stream as well. No, you're kidding. Last time I streamed, I actually saved a lot of time because people were like, "Hey, look, you're stupid," and I was like, "Oh, you're right." And then everyone was happy because I didn't do the stupid thing. It was a great time for everyone. Great time for everyone. All right. Alright, yep. Seeds for the museum is why you'd make the biodome. Yes, that's what I assumed, because that's why I'm like interested in automating seeds. I was told that automating seeds was like a thing you could do with the biodome, and I was like, wait a second, because I have like a idea in my mind of how you could automate seeds without it, but it's not too good. You know what I mean? And if there's like a thing that does it for you, and it's something you should make in the long run eventually, it's like, why not just do that first? And so that's what I'll do first. That's what I'll do first. They're going to increase the size and probably change the cost of canisters. I'm excited because as of right now, it's not worth it, but will be whenever they do an update. So that's like official. They're doing that because I don't actually know. I don't keep up with stuff too much. I should keep up with stuff, but I don't. But if that is official, that's like good stuff because like dang man, like and the power though as well. Like everything that's large and extra large, they make it not as good as the small ones. We have the extra large wind turbine right here. It's not as good as a bunch of small ones on silos because you have to spend a whole bunch of bytes to unlock it. And, you know, like, as far as the crafting price, it's not, like, extremely worse because you only have to make one, but it's like, you gotta unlock it, you know, and it's not cheap. I'm over here complaining. I always gripe about this stuff. And sometimes I get hate for griping about it, but it has never stopped me in the past. It's not gonna stop me now. Remember, you need oxygen to survive. That's also another struggle for me, so I appreciate the reminder there. Gotta do my part to help with the videos. Well, yeah, that's what we love. That's what we love, is when somebody tells me something I should already know, but I don't know it. That's okay, though. We'll get some extenders pretty quick here. It'll be problem solved fairly quickly. That will mean I'm eating into the power of my base here, which is unideal, but let's face it. What is this crap? You know what I'm saying? I need to upgrade that anyways, and so I probably will. Maybe at the end of the stream, because that's like one of those things where it's like, do I want to do that in a video? No. It's not like worth a dedicated video probably, unless I go wild with it, but we'll think about it. I actually might make a dedicated video about that where I use the, because I do want to use this. Where's it at? The large battery. That sounds interesting. It stores 8,192 units of power. That's battery, that's good. That's a good battery. I want to use it, not because it's the best thing in the world, but because it's nice. You know what I mean? It's interesting to have a large battery. That's what I'm going to do. They should make a method to automate soil collection. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because it's like you can already gather soil so fast that it's like, wow, this is really good. If they completely automate it, what are you ever going to do in life other than twiddle your thumbs? You know what I mean? It's like once you get to the late game, it's kind of the only thing there is to do, so they may as well leave it. But it is an automation game, so like having it where you can get to a phase where it's like we've done the ultimate, you know, like, yeah, that's pretty nice. The large resource canister holds 400, and the XL holds 5 times that. I wish they would have that done with the fluid and gas canisters. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like so weird because they did it with this, but then the other things that are the like counterparts for the other types of resources, they just didn't do the exact same thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe they just didn't think about it, but it's kind of weird to not think about it when it's like when you went through the effort of modeling the thing and implementing it and like going. I don't know, but I mean, like I said, they'll fix it probably, and then everyone will be so happy. This is going to be annoying. Do I have an extra large? I don't. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know. That's going to be annoying though. Ew. I'm going to get a little redneck with it. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm going to stay vague until then. I kind of wish they would let you print glow sticks on the small printer. Yeah, but that would be like, I see where you're coming from, but I feel like that would be like, the tapper's already so broken, like it needs nothing else extra, as well as the fact that like, one of the best ways to get scrap is to get a rover that gathers a bunch of soil, and that like takes quite a bit of effort to set up, you know what I mean? You gotta get all that set up. It's kind of a good amount of effort. But if you could just completely skip all the soil centrifuge setup, all that conversion, and just have a tapper with an auto arm, like, and a printer, like, you know what I mean? That might be a little too overpowered. The code for those are slightly harder to do, so it wouldn't be as easy to make larger canisters. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard, it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, they should have done this and that. But it could be really complicated behind the scenes. They might have their reasons for not doing things, so I don't really want to say too much in the terms of being critical about how the game is made, but, hey, you know. For those of you just now joining the stream, we are building the biodome. You can even see it in the distance. Right now we're smelting carbon with 1 smelter because I don't want to make 2 when I'm going to get portable smelters eventually. But unfortunately, I don't have portable smelters. We are smelting this carbon slowly. Whenever it's smelted, we are going to begin making steel, and we need 30 steel. And that's the last thing we need. Everything else is already over there, so we're gonna have the biodome pretty shortly. Have you ever tried Astronium to scrap? Yeah, I did another series like a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, and I did like a lot of that stuff because it wasn't even like a series on a DLC or anything. It was just like a normal Astroneer series. So I did like a lot of like that kind of thing. It's like, you know, pretty much tried to get the most out of just the base game. So yeah, I did soil to scrap. I did Astronium to scrap. I did like the bug where you overclock the auto extractor so that it's better. All of that stuff, and it was a phenomenal series. Definitely would recommend my series to you, obviously. I mean, that's just that. Unbiased, of course. But yeah, with this one, like, there's some of that stuff I need to do again. Like, you know, sort of scrap that had to happen. I don't know if I'll do Astronium to scrap. I don't know. I'll probably automate Astronium to some extent, obviously, because Astronium is just so nice to have. I don't know if I'll do Astronium to scrap, though, because this series, like, I want to focus it around Megatech, and I don't want to make it, like, too similar to the previous series as well. They should make it as an unlock for you after you complete the game. Are you talking about the, printing glow sticks? That wouldn't be bad, like, if there was, like, ways to, extend the capacity of that, because it would just give you more stuff to strive for with regard to automation, I suppose, like, later on in the game. But what do I know? Almost nothing, as you will come to find in this life. Alright. Well, I didn't mean to do that yet. Need to get it ready to craft some steel. Automate that. Plop this down. And this is not great because it's a large platform B. That's just the way it is. We don't have a large platform, extra large platform A right now because I don't have it right now. But like I said earlier, we're gonna get a little weird here and just borrow this and use it to gather. This is weird. I know it's weird. You don't have to tell me. All right. We're gonna just gather the steel this way. You know, like, shame on me. I understand that. This is very strange. It's just the way things are. This is probably the most efficient thing I can do right in the here and now, so it's the thing I'm gonna do right in the here and now. Let's get some extenders so that we have the power to craft this thing. Very useful reminder that was, by the way. I accidentally built a medium shuttle. That right there is that's worth the moment of silence, I'm gonna be honest, so I'm gonna give you that for a second. I use your power generator platform's design exclusively. 324 power on one platform is amazing. Are you talking about the medium generator thing I did in the last series? That is pretty nice. I might set that up in this series and then do large batteries as well, so that it's like both. You know, that's powerful, isn't it? To have both. And if I'm gonna do just that for a video, I would want it to be a little more advanced. So I would also show how to set it up so that you're well, I wouldn't like. It's not like hard to do, but I would also like set it up so that the auto arms that take from the tappers are on their own power system, so that if the whole base doesn't have enough power, they'll still go full speed, because that is what you want. You don't want them to not go fast enough. That's like the worst thing on planet Earth. The whole planet. The whole thing. You know. I might be exaggerating just a little bit. I have been known to do that. Anyways, while we're waiting for that to happen, which, you know, I'm going to have to come back and replace the Argon because I'm using the large platform B like a dummy would do. I really need to upgrade the space. It's just something that should happen. But I haven't. Have I? Alright. I wish I could focus on Megatech without much infrastructure, but automation is necessary with the amount of resources you need for the structures. Yeah, that's just the unfortunate thing. So that's why we got the video, like the one where I set up the video where I set up the soil to scrap factory. It's like, gosh, that took me so long to set up, but it's like, without soil to scrap, who am I in this DLC? I'm no one at all. It's not going to work out. By the way, with extenders, and by the way, I didn't discover this, somebody told me, I wish I remembered who so I could give credit, but with extenders, you can just put them on your shoulder pads, right? And on PC, your left shoulder pad is C, and your right one is V. So if I want to access the extenders on my left shoulder pad, I can pull this out all the way, press C, and it automatically places it. Again, I, like, really, really wish I remember who told me that, because I hate, like, telling stuff without giving credit, but it would take me so long to find who told me that, because it was in the comments of a video that I don't remember which one it was anymore. But, that's why I like making videos, for one, because I know, like, less about this game than my viewers, it seems, which is interesting and nice. All right. That power standard thing is amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, it is. It's like that was revolutionary for me because like if you want to run power standards any significant distance, doing it just by placing them by holding F, then connecting them, then trying to max the distance they can go, it's just a nightmare. It seriously is. It really sucks. Whoever told me that is actually a hero because like there's I've used extenders a lot in videos and it's just no longer hard. It's not a problem anymore because they told me the way. I saw that trick in the guy who did 12-hour all of Megatech. Somebody did Megatech and somebody did Megatech all at once. It would have had to have been on a. If it was just 12 hours, it had to have been on a save they already had. That's why, like, maybe I should have started on a save I already had. But starting from scratch will at least give like maybe newer players a better idea of how they should start off and like go about it. Because like if you're a new player, it's like, well, you need a lot of materials for the mega structures. It's like, well, how do I get those? It's probably better to see that from start to finish for those people. So that's nice. Or even if you have more hours in the game, it may not be immediately obvious, like, what order is great. But I would say, like, the key takeaway is you want soil to scrap, probably. And obviously a rover that gets the soil, because that just greatly increases the speed of things. I would definitely get that first before fooling with Megatech too much. It's unfortunate that you have to do all that, but the infrastructure is essentially necessary. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. Megatech, more like Mega Grind. Yeah, yeah, it is. If you get some, but like I said, you know, you get the proper automation. It's not the worst thing on planet Earth. It's not. You get the right automation set up. It's gathering a bunch of resources, but it's not hard to gather them. It's not if you have the right automation set up. Namely, soil to scrap with a rover that gathers the soil. It was in a previous save with a bunch of automation. Yeah, it would have to be because like if you're over here doing Megatech in 12 hours, you have a save where you're already rich. You already have Astronium to scrap. Probably these kinds of things. It would have been horrible for that to be done otherwise. This DLC was for the automation geeks. It was. It was, but I suppose this is just an automation game all around at this point. So you know, well, fair enough. Fair enough. 30 concurrent viewers. That is the peak concurrent viewers for this stream so far. We are on the up. We are on the up. It dropped back down to 28. Aw. Aw. Well, that's fine. I'm just glad we reached 30, in fact. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll take the dubs where they're at. Nobody can get me down. Not one person. Yeah, probably. And also, if somebody just called me, like, fat or something in the chat, that would probably get me down. But it's not true. I'm not fat. Ah! Yeah, so I hope this isn't too complicated, because complicated and me, they don't go well together. You might know. But, it's fine. I don't think it would be too complicated. So I'm assuming we're going to need seeds, right, for the biodome in order to get it to where where it automatically grows our plants. I don't really know how complicated it's going to be past that. But the thing is, right, we're probably just going to do the Attactus, right? Like, am I mistaken? Is there a reason to do variety? Well, maybe it'll tell me if there is. But if I'm wanting to get the most bang for my buck on the museum thing over there, at least, I mean, that's what's worth the most, I would say, in the game. That's just an assumption based on the fact that it's the best for the tapper. I would imagine there's not, like, a multifaceted way to approach evaluating the value of seeds in this game. But I've been wrong before. I have been wrong before. Just kidding, I haven't. You fell for that. You fell for that. So, for those of you who are just joining the stream, we are building the biodome over there. We are building the biodome because we want to automate the gathering of seeds. And I've been told it does other things. I don't remember what. That was like... I shouldn't have said that if I didn't know what. But, I mean, that's all I can tell you. So, I think I've been told it does other things. See, now I don't even know. But look. The biodome should be useful for automating seeds for one, which we do need for other Megatech stuff, at least. The museum stuff, at least. I don't really know what else. Thing is, though, hang on. So every seed has the same value except special Megatech plants that have mega variants with double value. Oh, okay. So the Tactus isn't worth any more than, say, the tree on the home planet. Well, that's kind of weird to me, because it's like, it was worth 5, right? So when it was worth 5, I automatically assumed that there must have been something that was worth 1, because why would the base be 5 instead of 1? I don't know. Do you have any tips for Xbox players? Unfortunately not. I don't know anything about Xbox. I wish I did. I mean, I don't know any differences between. I don't know any differences between the consoles. I only play on PC. I haven't even touched a controller in like 7 years. I used to play stuff on like PlayStation 3. That's the newest console I've had. I had a PS4 for like 4 weeks and it broke, and then it was PS3 again. So, it's been a long time since I've had a console. That's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about it. I'm back. He's back. He's back. We love it when people are back. Oh, I accidentally almost put you in timeout. That would have been a very inappropriate way to respond to you saying you are back. Yeah. So it's weird. Okay, so apparently every seed has a value of 5 in the museum. I don't know why. I don't know why, because you would think that the base value would be 1. If they're all... Except for the, you know, the Megatech plants, as he said, but I don't know. I don't really know what that means. So, a lot of ugly business going on here, because I don't need all that. I just need what I have here. But, we're going to leave it that way, because we are scoundrels around these parts. We now have... Oh, hang on a second. I gotta, like, up my energy, because I'm gonna put this part in the video. Any tips for making nanocarbon? Yeah. So, with nanocarbon alloy, if you're not gonna automate it, of course, I would gather a bunch of what you need for it at once, so that you end up with a bunch of it in the end, right? So, what I would do is get, like, a list out, and list off all of the base resources that you need to gather to get nanocarbon alloy. And then I would, for instance, like, let's say we want 32 nanocarbon alloy, well, I would just fill up one of these with every resource you need for it. And then in the end, you'll have one of these full of it, right? Does that make sense? That's how I would do that if you're not automating. If you are automating it, well, it would be, like, harder to explain on the spot here, but that's definitely my recommendation where that's concerned, at least. And so, I forgot to bring the organic over here, but we do have it. And so we're fixing to craft this thing, which means here in a second, I'm going to have to go into, like... I'm going to have to, like, up my energy, because, I am making a YouTube video right now. I gotta be like, oh, you know, over here, we're doing this. And you know how it is. You know how it is. You've seen it. I try to keep my energy up a little bit for the stream, but it'd probably be weird if I was like as high energy as I am in my videos for the whole stream, wouldn't it then? From what I've seen, everything would be worth 30. The Megatech variant's 60. Okay. So. It says we don't have enough glass, but that's because I need to just put this to output, unfortunately. Because it's, that's the... I probably shouldn't have done that the way I did. Oh, frick. It's going to be stupid no matter what, isn't it? Ooh. This is a dumb way to go down. Okay, here's what I have to do. This is stupid. This is so stupid. I'll just have to get another medium resource canister because it's not wanting to act the way it ought to act. Blame it on the devs this time. I mean, that's kind of inappropriate to say. Because, you know, I mean, we all make mistakes, but... Blame it on the devs. Disable output. Disable output. Alright. Now then, that's a dumb way to get stopped dead in your tracks, but it's okay. Alright, YouTube time. Alright, so we are back, and we now have everything we need to get this thing started crafting. I'm going to be frank with you. I really don't know what to expect, especially since it says I don't have enough, but I do. Let me put that there. Okay, so, now we have what we need to craft it. We're going to go ahead and do so. And stage 1, so there is a stage 2, and I can't really tell you what exactly that means, like in terms of how it affects this thing, because I don't even know what it does, but we are going to find out together right very now. You like that? You like my YouTube voice? Hope you like that, chat. It's higher energy, but it's like, it hurts my throat after a while. So, for the stream, I'm just going to act like a normal person, if you don't mind. You should get Aatrox Galastropod. It makes life easier. I should get a lot of those. I should get the hoverboard too. Like, it's just like hard for me to try to decide when I should make time for that though. When I'm trying to upload daily, it's kind of rough. So awkward, huh? How we have to wait for this to craft, but we do have to wait for this to craft, right? It's one of those bite the bullet kind of situations. For those of you who are just joining the stream though, this is what we're doing. We've made it, right? You've joined at a perfect time. We're building the biodome, which automates the gathering of seeds and maybe other stuff. It's been rumored by me that I've heard people say that maybe it does other stuff. I know that's vague, but I don't remember anything ever. Oh, hang on a second. But yeah. Can I give a spoiler? Yeah, you may as well. You may as well. Go ahead and give a spoiler. Go ahead and give a spoiler. Because, you know, I mean, I may as well know a little bit going into this. Because, like, I don't want to know, like, I don't necessarily want to know everything. But at the same time, if I go in knowing nothing at all, that often results in pain for everyone involved. most of all, me, because I have to go back in afterwards and edit my video and sort of sift through what confusion was acceptable to leave in and what confusion was like just too much of a waste of time. I hate editing sometimes. I'm probably really gonna hate editing this one because I'm like streaming and recording at the same time, which means I have to like get used to the visual waveforms. I've been complaining about that this whole time, but viewers leave and come, so I gotta re-complain about everything, which is my favorite thing to do. It's quite convenient that I get to do it with a reason. Another shout out to Absent Trash Can for the big 50. That was beautiful. Also, totally Kit Kat for the 5. We love it. The big 5. The big 50. We love them. We love them all the time. I'm still waiting for my spoiler, my stuff. This thing's almost crafted. If you don't give me a spoiler soon, I'm going to figure it out on my own. Actually, that's not true. I'm not going to figure it out on my own. That's not how it goes. Also, could anyone just tell me real quick? What's like the quality of the stream like? Because I actually, I got better Wi-Fi recently, and I hooked up my PC to an Ethernet cable directly, so I'm finally using wired internet for the first time in my life. It has been a spiritual experience. And so I changed my OBS settings to, I think, be better quality. So if anyone would like to let me know. Bitrate is really good. No quality issues yet. That's good. I like that it's been consistent, mostly. It's not. So yeah, okay, that's good. Because I think the bitrate was half what it is now before, because I was like, I'm far away from the router. And I was using wireless connection, and like, so the last stream I did was like, I lagged like really bad. There was a lot of buffering, that kind of thing. So I was hoping that it got better, and it seems that it has. So that's what I love to hear. Glad it's good. Yeah, wired internet after being wireless my whole life though is like wild. It's so good, especially since I upload and download a lot. Like I make videos. So hang on a second. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna say for YouTube here, because I gotta make the video as well. Streaming and making a video at the same time is weird. Alright, we got the son of a gun crafted, and I don't really know exactly what it does, but it says a peaceful place to plant. It says a peaceful place to plant. A peaceful. Oh my gosh, I'm not even messing up on purpose. That's just actually how I read. A peaceful place to plant and harvest plants. Automate the process and gain planetary buffs. So, it says a peaceful place to plant and harvest. I'm going to assume that the automation takes place by its own, because if I have to make it take place, that's going to be an issue on account of the fact that I don't know how. It only takes 10 units of power a second, so for the sake of this video, for right now, we are going to hook that up to our main base. I don't want to fool with setting up power in this video, because, well, I think it's pretty intuitive why I don't want to. I just don't feel like it, right? It's just plain laziness. Alright, so. The biodome will not be automated until you get it to stage 3. At stage 3, it will have a printer that will let you print the things you'll need to automate the seeds. I really appreciate that, I'm gonna be honest, because that would have been, I would have been over here like trying to know what the heck's going on for so long. But that's fine, because I will at least fool with this thing, see how it goes, as well as, like, you know, I would also wonder, what does stage 2 do if stage 3 is where automation comes from? But yes, I don't know if I mentioned this before. It is important for us to have a way to get a bunch of seeds, and the reason it is important for us to have a way to get a bunch of seeds is because we need the seeds for the museum Megatech structure thing over there. And so if we can automate them, well, you know, that gives us a whole bunch of seeds. And so that's taken care of just like that, which is why I should have put it closer, as someone in the chat suggested. I should have put it closer to the museum so that I could just move them straight over. But you're looking at an idiot. You're looking at an idiot right in the eyes. Well, you're not looking at the eyes. That's the dumbest thing I ever said. Alright. Stream looks really good out here. That's good. I like that. I like that the stream is looking good. I had bad Wi-Fi my whole life till like just now. By the way, I liked your how to set up a base on another planet video. It helps me build a really good Glacio base. Yeah, that was one of my like really old videos, I think. My stuff was weird back then. My stuff was weird. Am I seeing things wrong, or did my stream just buffer? It might have just buffered for a second, which is wild, because I was just now being like, oh, I'm glad it's not buffering. It's fine. It's just a second. That's how it goes in life. 27 concurrent viewers. Oh my goodness. That makes me, I don't know. Pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Alright, I'm going to clean this up real quick, because it's getting under my skin a little bit that it's like this. We'll put this back over here so I can use it later for more organic if I want to. These will go in my, resource pile over here, except for the carbon, because carbon's like different because you get it from the tapper. I'll just place it by the tapper that I have right here. And there we go. So I am making a YouTube video at the same time. It's kind of awkward. Alright. So, my stuff's 675. If you happen to be in the stream still, and you know, what does stage 2 of the biodome do? What does stage 2 do? Because if stage 1 is like, you know, I guess you can just plant them in there and harvest them yourselves. Stage 2, you know, stage 3 is where you automate it. What's stage 2? What is that? I have to head out because I have to sleep, but have a good stream. Hey, that's as valid of a reason as any to go off the stream. So, I appreciate you coming by, and I hope you have a fantastic night. And I will have a good stream. It's probably just about over anyways, to be honest with you, because I don't know if I'll go to stage 3 in this video, but at the same time, if it's not hard to go to stage 3, I need to. I need to get that out of the way. So, also, if you could tell me that. Stage 2 continues building the structure. Stage 2 gives you funny light that helps plants grow faster. Okay, so if anyone can tell me, let's see. Do you think it would take me long to get to stage 3 from stage 1? Like, is that something I could do, like, you know, probably like in the same video? Because, like, you got to keep in mind, I have to make a thumbnail and edit this after I get off the stream here. So it's like, do you think I could do stage 3, like, right now? Or should I just be like, oh, you know, all this was almost for nothing, but not quite, you know, because we are working towards it. But, like, I don't want to just make the video about me making a non-automated seed farm, since you can just do that on the normal ground. But at the same time, I'm uploading 5 times a week. I might have to cut my losses. Y'all, is there a better way to complete, I guess, the Mystery Shrooms quest? I don't know. Yep. I shouldn't have read that out loud because now I look stupid. That's fine. Alright, well, we got the seeds here. We got the biodome. Let's see. I'm assuming they go in these slots. Okay. And it's growing, which is what we expected. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Look at me planting the plants in the biodome. And so, so glad to see you playing again. I've missed the videos. Yeah, and I've missed making them. It's just like a laziness thing. It's like hard to make them, even though like I would like to have made them. If that makes sense. Probably it doesn't. You're actually the one that introduced me to this game, so thank you. Oh, that's actually nice. I never really even thought about that. Like, I guess some people maybe don't even know what Astroneer is, and then like they'll watch a video and they're like, ooh. Or, I mean, maybe they know what it is, but they haven't played it, and they're like, what's this? But it was me. That's probably like a creepy introduction to this game. Like, me. All right. Have you done the Eva quest line yet, though? I don't really know the quest lines by name. So I don't know. I don't know if I have. So, wilting in 70 seconds. So hang on a second. Wilting. I have 60 seconds for someone to tell me what wilting is before it potentially becomes a problem. Does anybody know what wilting is in the chat? Oh yeah, by the way, for those of you who are watching the YouTube video, I am streaming right now, and someone in the chat has unfortunately informed me that the biodome does not automate the gathering of seeds until stage 3. And I don't know if I have time to do that in this video, but I may or may not. So we'll see if I upgrade to stage 3, but I might not. And also, I forgot what I was going to say. No, I haven't done those. I have not done those quest lines. This is a new save I've done for the Megatech DLC series right here. So it's just like the stuff I've done in the last like couple of weeks. I haven't done much, just stuff pertaining to Megatech pretty much. I would go for stage 2. Yeah, you're right. So, because like I should at least go for stage 2, because if I'm doing stage 3, and that's gonna be like the main thing. Let me just see what. So can I see what stage 3? Oh, I can. I can see what they both cost. I didn't even have to ask. 150 resin, 25 graphene. Lord. That's kind of annoying. 150 glass, 160 nitrogen. All right, this is the part where I have to decide if I have time. Because, like, I might not. Ooh, I think I kind of don't. I'm going to be honest. Let me see what stage 3 costs. Resin, rubber, plastic, glass. So stage 3 is, like, ridiculous cheap. That's insane. This is really cheap. Stage 3 is no problem. Stage 2. Let me give this some thought. This is actually a hard choice. Stage 2. Like, I see why you'd want me to do stage 2, just because how much of a nuisance it's going to be. But at the same time, once I do stage 2, stage 3 will be so easy. Oh, yeah, so, they are... Frick, they are... They're dead in 3 seconds. Okay, what happens if I... I'm just kind of confused. Hang on a second. Can somebody let me know what the heck's going on here? So, like, what's the point of this thing if the plants die after they fully grow? Wouldn't I just rather them grow on the ground? Like, what does them dying do? How do you even get the biodome? I don't even have the other mega structure finished yet. Oh, well, I mean, so the first mega structure you build, the one over there, it's where you get the other mega structures, and then you set up, like, the same platform as for it, where it just tells you what you need to craft it, and then it does. I don't know if you set up the first one yet. I don't know if that's what you meant by that, but the first one's not too hard. Have you looked outside of the biodome yet? Like, as in, like, what? Like, for things to do? I don't know if there is anything to do, because I was told... Oh, okay. I about died there. I was told that you can't automate anything until stage 3, which is a nuisance. Alright, let me think about this. It's going to take me a while to edit this, so I probably should... Gosh, I don't want to, but I probably should just get off. I hate that. I think I will. I think I will. I hate that. I do, but, like, I only have so much time in this life, so I will probably be ending the stream in the next couple of minutes, unfortunately. If anyone else has anything they would like to say, parting remarks, last words. Last words sounds a little brutal. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. This is probably not the time to do it. I do hate that, but it's 7:25 right now. If I go to bed when I want to, that leaves me 3 hours to do the thumbnail and edit, which probably could be done, but I've never edited a video that was like where I was streaming and recording at the same time. I haven't done that extensively yet. So I don't want to, like, risk not having enough time to, I just don't want to risk not having enough time to get it done, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to stay up late like I have the past week. It's unfortunate. Before we hop off, can I list the seeds that produce special resources? Yes, absolutely. Yes, you can. Call me, Teehee. Oh, okay. Hey, you know, don't have a response for that. They say you can't automate, but I'm pretty sure you can use the old tech like the activation timer. That could be worth it, maybe. I don't know, though. I need to get to stage 3 anyways, though, probably eventually, because that's just appropriate, so I might just hold off. I probably will. Yeah, we're supposed to get like 2 to 3 inches of snow. That's going to be fun, because I have to wake up early for work, so that's another reason why I don't really have a whole lot of time here. Alright. So I was hoping to beat my Silk Song challenge. Unfortunately, I have not. That's my final stream words. I'm sorry. Sorry things did not go the way they were supposed to. I'm still stranded on Glacio. Stranded on Glacio is not great, but there's worse places to be stranded, such as Aatrox. Yeah. Don't like being stranded on Aatrox. What are your thoughts on Astroneer soft locks? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what a soft lock is. Hate to be that guy. I would love to know what it is. That'd be convenient for everyone here, wouldn't it, then? Stage 2. I would have done this, like, right now if it wasn't for the graphene. It's going to be so annoying. It's going to be, like, really bad. It's not going to be like, okay, it's not going to be really bad, but, like, if I had more time, but I don't. Like, it's just not something you can do in a short time span. I found one video about one, and it was really funny. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, because I don't know. I'm not really sure what you're referring to. Alright, well. Suppose I'm going to hop off now. After the list of seeds that produce special resources is listed, because that would be a... I should do that. So the plant's dead. I just don't understand why the plant's dead is supposed to be useful. So we'll get some out here. Actually, you know what? I might... Yeah, I'll fill this up with seeds before I get off. Also need to talk to YouTube again, I guess, like the YouTube video. So I'll pass a little more time with that. But yeah, I will be getting off after I explain to the YouTube folks that I have nothing else to do here except for just fill this up with seeds, and I'll do that, and then I'll get off. But oh yeah, unfortunately it is 7:30 at night right now, and so if I want to edit this video and get the thumbnail and get it out by tomorrow, unfortunately I cannot go for stage 3 of this thing in this video. But I would like to see what happens if... What am I saying? Oh, yeah. But I would like to fill this up with seeds, even though these things do die off afterwards. When they die, they drop one seed to replace themselves, so I can just fill this back up with the dead plants. It's not the most ideal thing, but it will, in fact, allow for me to have this already filled up whenever it does get automated, so that things will be as simple as using it when we get to that stage. Hate to not make more progress than this, because I would like to have had this automated in this video, but when you only have so much time in life, you gotta go with what you got, and I hate that. Alright, that's for the YouTube video. Let me read the chat again. Bye-bye, World Class Jarek. But I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm assuming it's night. I guess it could be any time for anyone watching this, depending on where they live. Alright, let's see. Mutant Volatile Tactus Compound, Mutant Elegant Spewflower Resin, Mutant Hisbine Ammonium. Oh, okay, so wait, so so you can automate these plants to generate these things? If that is the case, this could be like the most disgusting like mega structure possible. This could be actually wild. This could be actually really good. I wish I could make that easier to read, but time constraints and a limit to how much I can type makes that kind of hard. No, it's understandable enough there. It's a fine list. So basically, just a bunch of resources there. Well, that's my bad. I had to go do something, but I mean, I'm getting off relatively soon, anyways. Unfortunately, is the case. Do need to get these seeds planted, though. Do need these seeds planted. Uh, Excited for the new video. Hope to catch another stream about actually using or upgrading the biodome or whatever else. Yeah, not a whole lot we can do in this one, since the process isn't so much of us, you know, getting automated, which is where it's mostly at, but it is getting it set it up. But, like, to be fair, that is an important step. You know what I mean? You have to go through this phase, so if I can only do so much in one day, I can only do so much in one day, and we're going to have to just make the most of that we can. That is the way life is, and so it shouldn't take too long to fill up this whole thing with these, because they are doubling each time we place, each time we harvest them, I guess. Or maybe they don't go away from here. Where's the ones I placed out here are gone? I didn't do that. I didn't leave them. Darn. Oh, nice. You made the biodome. Little tip, when you get the auto planter, it plants faster than the harvester can harvest. So I found out having two harvesters is a pretty good idea until the rework. I really appreciate that because figuring out this stuff on my own is my least favorite use of time, probably. I'm going to be honest. Like, I like setting up automated systems, but like having to be like, oh, precisely how much of this or that do I need? Not a huge fan, but that is that's actually highly useful information, so greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated indeed. Gonna try to fill this thing up though. For now, yeah. As cool as the Mega Auctionator sounds, sadly it's disappointing, but I see many awesome suggestions for a buff to it. So what is it? Because I don't actually know. What is the what's the Mega Auctionator? We're going wild here. Oh, okay, I'm starting to understand how this works then. So every once in a while, it'll give you this stuff. So I'm starting to see the implications for how this is actually quite useful. There's like a lot of stuff you can do if you're getting resources like that. And well, thankfully we got a list now because of KitKat earlier giving us that list, so we know what plant does what. Basically, it's just unlimited oxygen while you're inside the biodome. But people think it should supply oxygen, infinite oxygen to the whole planet, considering the cost of it. Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Cause like, I mean, if it's just like you get oxygen while in it, like I have oxygen while I'm in this, don't I? Is it huge or something? Is it just bigger? Like I don't understand. What is it? Doesn't sound particularly useful. But yeah, I mean, to the whole planet wouldn't be broken, I don't think, if you're spending a lot on it. I mean, it's just like a portable oxygenator without the hassle of having it in your inventory. So, get all this going. Yeah, we just get stuff every once in a while from this. Very interesting indeed. I'm going to start already thinking in my mind what we could do with such a setup as this. Having it completely full, and whenever we get to the point where it's automated, I don't really know how often it will be generating stuff. Probably quite often, really. But, we'll see. If you haven't noticed, when you're near the middle of the biodome, your oxygen is going down. Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess the only reason I have oxygen is because these extenders. I just didn't really think about it. You are correct. Still, though, if it's like a stationary thing, I mean, couldn't you just use an oxygenator? Like a non-portable one? It's just like a defined area. I mean, that's already what those are for. I don't know. I mean, who died and made me the sweet genius of the world? What am I doing right now? I'm sucking at this, is what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm like, it's taking 100% of my power to do this, so I will apologize for that, but that's who I am as a person. I can't really multitask on this one. It's just too difficult for someone like me. Okay, we got it. Different seeds give you different resources. Hispine seeds give you ammonium. Yeah, that's going to be the most important one, it sounds like. Somebody did leave a list earlier, so I do have a list of that now, which is nice. We do like that. I'm excited to automate materials using the biodome. No more having to reset extractors every now and then. Yeah, I mean, like, so if you're just able to gather these automatically once you automate it, then that's just infinite scrap forever, right? But it might not be a good way to do that, depending on how slow it is. So that's just something to have to consider, I suppose. Wait, what? I think that one was growing. And it wasn't on the... Pretty sure that one plant was growing. It wasn't even in any of the slots. I don't really know how that works. Yeah, so it seems like quite a small amount of them drop resources, but I mean, if you got a bunch of them in here and they're always growing, like all the time, it's like, doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't have to be common if there's a whole bunch of them, and it's around the clock automated, but it's not going to be automated yet, unfortunately. That is what we have learned today. Okay. I hate that they're getting in the way of each other. That's why this takes so much of my brain power to perform. It takes every bit of my brain power to perform this activity right here. But we're getting closer. All right, we've almost got this whole thing filled up. This isn't like a particularly... I guess this isn't an especially useful one to grow, because it just gives us compound. It's kind of weird this gives us compound, but, I mean... we want to fill it up with something for now, and we'll replace it with the stuff that we want it to be later. We want it to be something else. You're actually streaming. Yes, I am actually streaming. Streamed once before. Well, I technically streamed twice before. One of them was just like a test stream where I never, ever got my audio to work, so that doesn't count. I streamed 8 hours, like last week. And then there's this one. So that's my whole entire streaming career. I thought streaming ended by now. Nice to see it for a little more. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end, I'm frank. I'm probably gonna end stream after I fill this up with these seeds. That's just the way it has to be, because I don't have enough time to get anything done otherwise. But the thing is, I hope to get plenty done tomorrow. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. Nobody knows what I'll do tomorrow. Not one person, but I might stream. So that's something to keep in mind, perhaps. Probably, like, if I sort of plan on getting in the habit of, like, streaming for all of these videos from, like, for the rest of the series, maybe, because, like, you know, I'm not gonna get much money from the streams, probably, but like, just a little extra doesn't hurt, and I like it. It's not too bad. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not great at it, but that's the takeaway here. It's a good old time. But after these plants die, I don't think they disappear. I think they just stay there in their withered states. So I should be able to... Oh, yeah, you can just plant them, like, in the wrong spot. That's so weird. So I guess these specified slots here are just, you're trying to automate it. I'm impatient. What's your ranking of Megatech out of 10? I don't really know. It's hard for me to say because I haven't done much of it yet because, I mean, you see the stage I'm at now. This is like the second megastructure I've actually built. I can't really say much about it. And so far, it seems pretty interesting. And you know, it's really not too expensive as like another key takeaway. So it's like, is it worth the price? Probably. Like so far, like, you know, it's not too expensive. But like I said, I can't really speak on it too much. I haven't really seen the full extent of what it is. It's probably worth it. I don't know. You sound better today. Yeah, the last stream I was almost asleep for the vast majority of it. Like the first half I was doing alright. I was like seriously at risk of falling asleep in my chair for the rest of it. I'm amazed I got that video edited out after ending the stream without any falling asleep in my chair action. But I did, and everyone was so happy. Everyone was so happy because I got a video done. And I'm glad I did that one because the soil to scrap that I made in that stream that I stayed up so late to put together was pivotal to this video not being so hard to do. So, we like that. Alright. I keep missing the actual slots, and that's where I want them planted, because I'm assuming there's a reason for that, for those existing. Alright, I think that's all of them filled up now. And so, I do hate to be that guy, but I guess this is where the stream needs to end, because I do need to get to editing this video if it's going to drop ever. So, I guess I need to say that in the video as well, don't I? Alright, well, we got all these slots here filled up with the plants, and again, unfortunately, we cannot automate them yet, so that's the big sucky thing about life right now. But they do, every once in a while, drop compound. These do, and each plant has a different resource it drops. I have been informed in my stream. So, whenever it gets automated, you can automate it to get resources, evidently, and presumably the seeds that as well from them, because you do need seeds in this life, but I don't really know. But we're going to have to automate it in a different one, and so that's going to be the end of this one, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Alright, so that's the outro for my video. But, yeah, I'm going to end the stream as well in the next, like, minute, so I guess if there's any final farewells anyone wants to grant. Yeah, go for it. Ha. Farewell. Farewell again, I guess. Have a good night, World-Class Jerk. I look forward to your next video. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And I hope the next video is good. It's going to be hard for me, I think, though. Because, again, streaming and recording at the same time makes it, like, it's, like, weird for me to think about how to present it video style as well as, like, all the time style. It's two different, like, things. I don't know. I got hit with the night-night. I got hit with the bye. I got hit with the farewell. It's good variety. I like it. I like it. Alright, well, it is official. I am logging off. This is happening right very now. Have a fantastic life, everybody. A fantastic life. I think I just saw one that somebody just now joined the stream. Unfortunate timing right there. Well, hate to be that guy, but you're cut off.